Hello everyone, welcome. How are we doing? How is the crusade doing today? Welcome back. It's been another week. It's another weekend, or for some part of the world it's a Friday night, I guess, but here it's Saturday and we got it first, and that's what matters. And I can tell you that Saturday's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. We've got lovely weather here, we've got some games to play. It's going to be a good time. Hope everyone is doing well. Who did I see hanging out in chat today? We've got Richard, who was here first. Welcome back, my friends. Not a Nick, John Leonard. Matey8 is here. Heck yeah. Jane Rendazzo, hello indeed. How you doing? If you've got any questions about what's going on, just let me know. Jessica Smith, and welcome. First time watching. How do you get a bingo card? I always forget what the commands are, but I believe if you do exclamation bingo get, that'll give you the link for the card. Otherwise, it comes through every 10 minutes or so, and you'll be able to grab it from there, and you can play along. We have some fun. We do some giveaways. It is going to be a good time. Yeah, it's also in the description. Thank you, Richard. I always forget that I try to put it in as many places as possible, and I still forget where I've put it. That's generally how it goes. Mediate 7 minutes into Saturday for you. Oh, it's just past midnight. I do apologize for that. Timings are weird, but they are what they are. User not found, how you doing? That is, I love that as a unique username. Those ones are fun, like enter name here. That kind of stuff is always good. Gray suffering in the pit of no Wi-Fi again. Dealing with just mobile data, I'm assuming then? That's always a bit rough. You'll probably be lagging a little bit behind, but hey, at least you get to tune in and follow along. It's still good. It's still fun. Yeah, Raven, it is bingo get. There we go. I'm correct. Jess, first time watching. If you've got any questions, do let me know. I'll have all the answers you need, hopefully. But in short, here's what's about to happen. First of all, we've been playing bingo on stream for the last month, and we have a whole bunch of names that looks a little something like this, where everyone who won a bingo point gets one entry onto this wheel. Basically, you get one entry per point. We're going to spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on is going to be sent a $50 Steam gift card, but just as a thank you and a way to give back to the community for all the interactivity and fun that we get to have. So I always love that kind of stuff. Not Nick, got your first bingo square already? How did you? What did you get? We haven't called anything yet. Oh, first time viewer, that's probably how. Jess from Canada, hey! Whereabouts in Canada? Oh, you don't have to dock yourself, obviously, but as someone who used to live over there, recently just moved back from Canada to Australia. Canada is an amazing place, and I have very fond memories of living over there. Mediate, we didn't win that much compared to last month. Well, to be fair, I think we had a couple less streams last month. The month before, I'd taken a week off for a birthday. We did a couple of extra streams. There were some bonus points won there. Last month, I was sick for one of the streams, so it got skipped. So, yes, unfortunate. But it's okay. It's okay. We've got enough points on here that we can still give something away. And I'm planning on doing the next one slightly differently, which I'll explain in a moment. But anyway, just so you know, once we've spun this wheel and decided who we're giving away some money to, we're then going to move to a different wheel that has a bunch of games on it from developers that have reached out to me directly to say, hey, can you please feature my game? It's either, you know, in development or it's about to release or all of these things. And in general, unfortunately, we don't actually have time to be able to feature them on the main channel. So this is a way to be able to spotlight them just for a little bit anyway. Sky, didn't you have like 3 points? Let me check. Did I miss you off there by accident? I did. Sorry, I skipped over you and went straight to Jeffrey. My bad. I'm so glad that you caught that. Thank you for calling me out on that. That is 100% my fault. Let me just give that a little shuffle so everything gets mixed in. There we go. That is my fault entirely. So let's just make sure I've got all the right names on this. We should have Mady8. We've got 5 Mady8s on there. Jazzy Caddy got 4 points, Zonorix got 3, Sky got 3, Jeffrey got 2, Not a Nick got 2, Neon got 1, John Leonard got 1, and Gus got 1. That's who we have on the list. Yes. Yes, that does count as Graeldon, misses something important. Go ahead and mark that one off early. We got there ahead of time. Someone stole the 1 and left the 0. Whoop, I missed something on there. Oh, about the extra streams. Yeah. MV Volpine, welcome. You're just in time. We're about to see who is going to win 50 bucks to spend on Steam this month. Let's give the wheel a spin. Drum roll for everyone. And, oh, it's just as well we put them back on the list, because Sky takes it. That is incredible. Oh my gosh, I would have felt so bad. Well, we wouldn't have known if we'd left you off, but absolutely, that's worth it. Just, not a Nick is your husband? Wait, what? We've got a married couple just hanging out in live stream chat? I mean, you could just be watching it on the same screen, but I appreciate that you're watching it separately. Sky, I will send that your way after the stream. If for some reason I forget, please remind me. I suffer from short-term memory loss amongst many other things. You know, most of the time it's totally fine and we get through and there's no problems, but sometimes I suffer from short-term memory loss. Not Nick, you're on your second computer. Grail's relegated to second monitor. Nothing wrong with that. What's on your first monitor? What's taking your attention away from me? Nick? Well, not a Nick, I guess. It's nothing like I see your name and I go, I want to shorten that to Nick. But you've literally told me your name is not Nick. So, what is your name? Michael? Do you really suffer from short-term memory loss? Do you suffer? No, I don't. So, it's just a bit. It's just a bit. Oh, he got you to watch. Fantastic. Well, I hope you end up enjoying this. All right, so Sky is going to be our winner. Let's jump over and have a look. Where am I? Up here at what we're actually going to be looking at for our games today. This is what we've got. 29 games on here. These are a mixture of ones that have been sent to me directly from the developers. Most of them have come through via email. A few people sent through ones via Discord. Most of them are on Steam, but we do have one itch game on here as well, just for good measure. Some are demos, some are full releases. There's a lot going on here. So we've got a good mix of things that we could end up playing. Now, we are still going to be playing bingo as normal. However, for this month, we're going to try something slightly different in terms of how the prizes work. And no, this is not just me being a greedy YouTuber wanting to get monetized, but I feel the need to kind of shake things up a little bit, and I always want to do what I can to drive engagement. So if this doesn't work, we'll revert back. I just want to give it a shot and see what happens. Yes, Claire Alla mode is on here. You may notice something different on stream, and that's this little tip jar here. We're going to see how this works. This could be a little bit of fun. But basically, the idea is that anytime someone becomes a member, follows on Twitch, becomes a Twitch subscriber, uses bits, uses a super chat over on YouTube, any of those kinds of things, it'll play a fun little animation where a little like token comes along and we'll try to drop into the tip jar. And we're going to let that accumulate over the course of a month. And basically, we're going to move up in tiers based on the number of things that actually land in that little tip jar. So if we manage to get just one in there, that means we'll be able to give away a $5 gift card at the end of the month. The next tier up costs 2 that are in there. So if we get 3 in there, we'll then be able to give away both a $5 and a $10 gift card. If we then get a total of 6 in there, so 1 for the first, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, then we'll be able to give away the next level of gift card on top of that. And basically, we'll just ramp that up to a maximum of 15, which will be the largest amount that we give away. So it'll just be a fun little way so that anytime there is something that, you know, is audience interaction or engagement, it'll drop a little bowl in there. You get to have the fun moment of being able to see if it lands or if it doesn't. And the more that we get in there, then we'll be able to give away more at the end of the month as well. And I'll be completely honest, part of the idea behind the implementation of this is just to make it so it hurts my bottom line just a little bit less. Because I'll tell you now, full transparency, and an average stream with 0 donations, which again, donations not mandatory, completely up to you guys. Never donate outside of your means, please. But a standard stream with just ads playing, maybe $5 of revenue. I spend far more than that on the games that we end up playing. These streams are primarily just a way for me to be able to interact and engage with all of you as a community. It's a good bit of fun and I really enjoy it. I operated a loss for that, and this is just a way to hopefully help balance that out a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Should be a good bit of fun. All right, let's get started with seeing what game we're going to be playing first today. We're going to kick things off. So each game that we end up picking, we're going to play for 30 minutes, and then you guys are going to vote to decide if we continue on with it or not. And we're starting with the demo for Gug. All right, well, that was good timing. Let me just kill that music. Now that it's done, perfect. Let's take a look at Gug. Gug, I seem to remember they were quite hyped about it in the email that they sent me. Oh, and I'll make sure that we're just going to record all of this for the future as well. All right, so the first randomly chosen game we're playing today is Gug, which looks like it has actually had a full release now, but they wanted me to review the demo specifically. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Gug. Type anything, generate a creature. Outwit, outlast, and outweird your enemies in a sandbox roguelike with deep simulation systems. Mediate, thank you very much for the kind donation. Oh, there you go. You actually got 3 tokens, 1 landed in. Perfect. That means we get our first prize at the end of the month.
€2 to the war funds. Testing the bin thing equals.
I like that we're calling it a bin, not a tip jar. There's something kind of hilarious about that. Like, you're just throwing your money in the trash. Sounds like, yeah, it's similar to Scribblenauts, but I feel like just looking at like the visuals and everything, there's some kind of AI generation going on behind the scenes. So, yeah, wildly unpredictable auto-battler combat and endless procedurally generated chaos. So maybe not AI then, but yeah, procedural generation is an interesting idea. Let's have a look at the trailer for it and see what we've got going on. Also, shout out to Raven, who is going to be managing the bingo tile list from behind the scenes. Thank you very much, Raven. Always appreciate you being here. If you miss something due to an advert and you're not sure what's meant to be marked on your bingo chart, just make sure you check that list in the top right. That'll tell you what you need to mark off. All right, let's have a look. Giraffe Gug. Okay. Okay, kind of creepy. Do we need to have childlike whispers? Oh, and it's all one big Gug. Ooh, that's a bit loud. Let's pop that down a little. Okay. So let's just kind of put an interesting spin on some auto-battler content. These are definitely the kind of visuals that you're either going to gel with or you're really, really not. It's not for broad appeal. Okay. Interesting premise, and maybe not the most awful use of AI I've ever seen. The trailer was 1 minute 11 seconds, so we don't get one for that, unfortunately. Is this not just a prompt generator? I mean, it kind of is. It is just a way to engage with some kind of random generation with some light game mechanics behind the scenes. I'm going to be interested to get into it to see, like, does this random generation actually add anything of value, or would it actually have been better with custom created creatures, monsters, attributes, things like that? Like, what is the Gen AI adding that is improving it above and beyond a normal game, right? That's kind of what I'm going to approach this from. Jesse, love the cat. Have 2 cats, Abby and Noodles. If you're not on the Discord already, please hop over to the Discord and share more pictures of cats, because we always need more cats there. This is Stella, by the way. She is about 8 months old and a complete and utter rat bag. She'll probably sleep most of the time. When she's not sleeping, she'll be trying to eat the camera. It's kind of what she does. Yeah, not just, I don't want to pay an artist. That's right, Sandra. That's kind of what I want to look for, is like, what is this adding beyond it? Because it's kind of interesting, right? Because they've obviously tailored it in such a way that all of the Gugs adhere to certain I guess, like rules around the art style. And so they're all going to end up looking thematically similar. You're not going to end up with just a mess of stuff as a result of AI generation doing anything and everything. But it is the question of, like, is it the right aesthetic? I'm assuming that have they used it for some of the background art as well? Kind of hard to tell. Guess we have to get in and take a look. So this is from Martian Lawyers Club. They have not made anything else. So these devs have made only one game. It's the same developer and publisher. The release date is after 2020. I don't think this game is similar to FTL. I'm just going to put it out there. So related games are absolutely unrelated. The game does have a demo, which is nice. The full game is less than $10, and it is on sale at the moment, so we get one for that as well. Game is on sale. What else do we have? The game has had updates. We do have GIFs in the Steam store description. I think someone mentioned that we've already checked. Yes, they do have a dev website, but we don't appear to have a YouTube channel linked. Nope, that just goes to play on Steam. This is just GUG with no trailer on there. Anything in the About section? Occupants of Mars. He looks like he's trying to be a hobbit. Model tamer and machine learning engineer. Okay, so there's two people in the team. One is the CEO and the other person does the AI. That's interesting. Okay. But yeah, no YouTube link, so we don't get that one, unfortunately. The hot new AI thing is old ladies breaking glass bridges and pools. I've not seen anything about that yet. Can't wait for that to come through on my algorithm. I know YouTube has an option to send a message for remember milestones every month. Wonder if it will trigger the bin. I don't think so. I think it's only new memberships that will trigger it. I've purposely made it so that subscriptions on YouTube don't trigger it, but follows on Twitch currently do. Depending on how many of those come through, I might end up turning that off and just leaving it as subscriptions, but currently follows on Twitch do count towards the bin as well. We're calling it the bin. It's a bin now. It's not a tip jar. It's a bin. Rat Gamer, FDL mentioned my attention is back on stream. It's alright, you can turn your attention away again. You don't need to stay here for too long. Like, the only mention of FTL was that it's a related game. We're not playing FTL, and this game is nothing like FTL, so don't get your hopes up too high. What else are we looking for here? We already checked update history. Oh, do we have unique in the description? We need to check that. No, well, I guess that says a lot, doesn't it? The game that uses AI generation is not unique. Surprise, surprise. 100% normal human. Hello, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Hope you've been well. Right, do we have, yes, an AI-generated content disclosure. The developer described it, but this game relies on AI to underpin its procedural image and functionality generation systems, the systems that allow for personalized creatures and their effects. So this is interesting to me because it sounds like this AI model is self-contained within the game. They've not used AI to create a bunch of assets for the game. The AI is built into the game to create things within the game. So I think that's maybe kind of better. I know like a lot of people are very touchy when it comes to AI. This to me feels like it is and again, like this is still on the lower end of a good scale, like in terms of creativity and output and all of that. Like if we take the section of like a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is everything in the game has been created by a dedicated art team and it looks as fantastic and cohesive and ticks all the boxes of what we want as gamers. This is still going to be in like the scale of 1 to 3 down the bottom, right? But it feels like it's closer to a 3 than a 1 because it's not just they've used AI to generate everything in the game, and it looks like a hodgepodge mix of assets that either don't belong together or are so generic that it looks bland and corporate. It's got a cohesive art style, and everything is generated within the game itself, within set parameters. It's just trying to use it as a way to create randomness, from what I can tell. It is open AI. Okay, so maybe it's just me not quite understanding it all. All right, I guess we'll find out shortly. 100% normal human, you've been good. My schedule has not been working out to get to see these streams, but happy you get to be here today. I'm happy you're here too. It's always a delight to have you around. All right, let's get the demo downloading. While that's downloading, I will put you guys over to the holding screen just that you can have a crack at the Wordle. It is literally just so you can do that because this will download nice and quickly. Not like I have to hide my credit card information for a free demo. Thankfully. Could you imagine that? If you still had to enter in credit card information even for free demos? Also, the stream might lag very slightly while it's downloading. Which also, holy cow, how big is this? The demo is 1.2 gigabytes. Go ahead and mark off bigger than 1 gig. Jeez. What did I miss there? Maybe I don't know. I'm still not sure how to feel about this. Maybe I'm just too against it, but I'm just against any use of Gen AI. Yeah, I understand that. Like, AI is still a very touchy area, and I think there's definitely a spectrum between good and bad uses of AI. As someone who works in the corporate world and does have team members or departments that feel like AI is going to be the solution to everything, I can still very much confirm that that is not how it works. All right, while you guys are doing that as well, I can get a whole bunch of other stuff updated behind the scenes, like the Twitch info and all the rest of it. Oh. YouTube should catch back up now. Nothing else is downloading. Come on. You can do it. There we go. We'll be all right. It'll fix up the buffering. All right, we need to change category on Twitch. We're going to be playing Gug. Has 15 followers. Not a lot, but it's more than some of the other games we've played, that's for sure. Sky, you can also very much ask latest models and it will give somewhat cohesive art styles. This really just looks like AI slop. I mean, I agree and I disagree. It looks like AI slop in that the creatures don't really have much personality. They are just colored blobs. But at the same time, all of the colored blobs have a cohesive art style amongst themselves. It's not just adding in whatever random BS into the game, right? It's still not great. And I would still prefer, you know, something like Pokemon with a whole range of custom created assets with, you know, unique styles and personalities rather than just, oh, look, it's amorphous blob A versus amorphous blob B. So I think it's kind of hurting itself in that way. It's a, what's what I'm looking for? It's not a unique idea. It's just a fun, silly idea that they've tried something, but I don't think it's going to be brilliant. We'll find out. I think it depends on whether or not it extends to just the art and the creatures, or if it somehow impacts their attributes in the gameplay as well. I think that's what's going to change it. Ooh, this one's giving you difficulty. You've got all the right letters just in the wrong order. Oh dear. So the L has to go in the last spot. I don't know, you can just kind of logic this out now. So the S has to be in the first or second. Probably in the first. Yeah, Shale was probably right. Yeah, there we go. You got it. Shale was the correct answer. Nicely done. All right, cool. That means you guys got the Wordle for this one, and we can get into, yeah, Gug Demo. 1.2 gigabytes. That's actually a kind of insane size. Also, you can see all the jigsaw puzzles that I've been playing recently. It's kind of terrifying. Not Nick as a teacher. AI sucks. I agree. Yeah, leaning into the weirdness is sensible, at least. Probably because you're going to get a lot of weirdness out of this. Oh, hang on. I think I just missed a dev logo at the start there. Let me go back real quick. Hang on. I want to double check what I... No, we're not playing Hollow Knight, Grail. What are you doing? Pressing all the wrong buttons. My brain's just like, oh yes, no, I'll play that game. No. No, go away. We're not playing Hollow Knight. Sorry everyone. We're not playing an actual good game. AI as a concept is nice, I think. I looked away again. Was that the dev logo? Someone just tell me. I looked away. I'm like, oh, wow, the game's loading. I'll just look at chat. Chat, am I dumb? No, it wasn't. Okay, it was just Gug setting up. Okay, that's fine. AI as a concept is nice, I think. All the problems with it are actually problems with people. Yeah, being greedy, unethical, stupid, etc. The problem is like it's a benefactor dictator. No one will be good. I do kind of agree with you there. I think there are some good uses of AI, but there are far more bad uses where they're just using it to cut corners and put people's livelihood at risk, which is probably the worst possible output. Yeah, Sanders says neural networks certainly have their merits. I think everyone can agree to that to some extent. Yeah. Neon Wyvern redeeming free space. That was early. What space are you redeeming? Stamina. Okay. Are you also redeeming a bingo? Let me pull up, where are we? View cards. Neon Wyvern, where are you? Right down the bottom. Oh, damn. Release date after 2020. Yep. Chat wins Wordle. We did. Has less than 200 reviews. It has a demo, and we've got the free space for stamina. There we are. First one of the month. Congratulations, Neon. Absolutely smashed out that first bingo before we even started playing the game. Let me go ahead and give you your well-earned point. I need to reset it on this side. Pop you up to there. And I'm going to grab that. You're going to be the first one onto the fresh bingo leaderboard. That is the wrong one. That's the bingo list, not the leaderboard. Where's my leaderboard? There. Okay, we're going to do that. Yeah, Wyvern gets 1 point. So what the heck is this music? It's a little all over the place. We are going to close that. So we're going to come back here and we're going to move to a 6x6. And a reminder, if you get the 6x6, that is worth 2 bingo points. There we go. And we are going to scramble and clear all cards. Beautiful. So we can continue with the same list. Go ahead and mark off everything on your new 6x6 bingo card. And let's actually start having a little look at the game here. You do have short-term memory loss? Yeah, apparently. I don't remember ever talking about that, though. How did you figure that out? Not a title drop when it's in the menu of the loading screen. No, I don't think it is. The title screen does not count. Please play Hollow Knight instead. That'll be tomorrow. Hollow Knight will be tomorrow. What I miss here? No unique, nothing original in this AI slot, though. I think what they've attempted to do with the AI is kind of unique, because I haven't seen any other game try to do this. And I kind of like that it's all themed around, like, mushrooms and mycelium, because of the rate that, like, that kind of stuff can evolve and change. And it's all kind of gross looking, like AI. All right, so we get straight into the game. All right, I'll start the timer then. Regular Gug does nothing. Old Gug does nothing. So, oh, it is all gugging. Okay. Gug Garden slot count 5. Well, that's not filling me with optimism, game. Why is that there? Your garden has grown. You can now have 5 Gugs in your garden. Great. Okay. You've given me no context for any of this. Not really sure I'm a fan of the way the screen sways, but okay. We do have some settings, so we'll pause the timer while we do the settings. Does the count as a title drop? No, because it was just the title screen while I was setting up. Is it mushrooms and such? It looks more like a vague virus or something to me. Some of them definitely like looked fungal in nature, but yeah, I guess we'll see what it has to tell us. Okay, detailed descriptions. Always have base Gug camera movement. Okay, at least you can turn that sway off. I'm going to call that accessibility because that camera sway could honestly cause some, what do you call it? Motion sickness. Guy does things. How you doing, mate? Is this AI coded too? They didn't say it in the Steam description. Doesn't mean it's not the case, but they didn't specify it. I believe they're supposed to. It did detect the correct resolution. Give them some points for that. We are turning VSync on because we need that. Quality is set to low, medium, high. Fantastic. Love that. So much we can do on there. We do have separate sound sliders though, which is nice. That's the music on 10%. Also, just listen to this music for a second because what? It's reminding me of something like lo-fi Pikmin vibes or something like that. Because they've worked Gug into it, but I'm not loving how much AI has gone into actually making this game. That I have heard worse AI music, and we did recently with 1000 Princes, but it's still not great. What I missed there? The AI disclaimer on Steam is kind of, yeah, it is definitely an honor system, but I believe that there are repercussions if they don't call things out correctly. Oh, I could be mistaken on that. I'm no Steam expert. They're supposed to specify, but it's self-written, not entirely forced. Devs can and do hide AI use. God, that's annoying. God, that guy's game was the funniest shit ever. He sold AI slop that's super transparently AI for like $50. What game was that? Which game are you referring to, Guy Does Things? AI music 100% make a song with the word Gug in it. You 100% could. Yeah, we're not getting soundtrack slaps for this one. 1K Prince is certainly a thing that is on Steam. That is probably one of the worst examples of AI that we've seen. This looks like it might actually have some mechanics put into it, but I'm just kind of annoyed by how much of the UI is very generic. No repercussions? 11-bit got called out hard for being arseholes with it, no issues. That's so disappointing. I would hope that there would be some kind of repercussion for it. All right, let's see if maybe the gameplay can redeem this. Okay, we put you on there. Cool. Old Gug. So there seems to be some Gug presets. At least. Oh, Secret One, some Spanish lolcows game, has such memorable characters as Tutorial Girl. Yeah, that reminds me of like some of the visual novels I've played where it's just like male A, male B, female A. Yeah, AI use doesn't actually come up that often in game. So interesting because the long loading times for this are definitely as it's generating art assets. Can't zoom in or out, but you can definitely see like some of the assets here are, yeah, actually, oh, this, all of these little lily pad flowers are all the same AI asset that's been resized, and that does not look good against something like this, which is much larger. And you can see like there's little mushrooms in the background, same asset, resized. Another flower over here, that's the same one. That shouldn't even be over here because it's not on water, unlike all the others. It's like, I kind of get the vibe that they're going for. If this were all hand-drawn and put together, it would look better. Yeah, it's running Gen AI locally. That's the best guess that I've got. So, what are we even doing here? Okay, we have a Gug. These both have health of 6, attack 3, moves 1. Okay. We put you here. Mother Morilla bestows upon you. So I can put in a prompt. I can. Interesting. Let's put in the word lightning and see what happens. Is this going to do something? On entry, lightning strikes a random enemy dealing 3 damage. Zapple shoot. And that's changed my Gug. Okay, interesting. That's kind of Scribblenauts vibes. And it's now called a Folger Flap. Interesting. All right, what random... Oh, I can only do it once. Ah, but I wanted to do multiple. Fine, okay. Forge, spot occupancy limit. Cancel any movement to a spot that already has a gug on it. Type battle. Oh, I don't know what that does. It's just there. No, Nick, this game offends you on almost every level. Well, good news. At most, we've got 30 minutes for it. It's going to be fine. All right. I guess we just leave. Okay, it's kind of a pop-up book art style. That's, again, could be okay. Old Gug, 1111, okay. And Mother Morilla is over here now. Gugs in the player's pool, shift to the left if there is space. Player can move Gugs and swap them. At the end of the encounter, move all the player's Gugs back to the pool so space is available. Gugs not in the pool at the end of the arrow destroyed. Okay, so we get them back and we can reuse them. So realistically, this will just automatically win, right? Because on entry... There was no animation? You gotta be kidding me, right? Okay, well, we've done it. Oh, we have to fight that thing as well. Okay. I'm not 100% sure I understand how this works. Is this turn order or something down here? Oh, okay. Are we charging it up? Is its health going up? Is that what's happening? Coins 22. If it has 22 coins, that's a very weird icon for coins. I feel like I'm not understanding what's happening. All right, he's moved forward. We're zapping that and... Okay, it's generating coins. These guys fight each other. And then eventually they move back? Nope, because we won the battle. Okay. But there's been no tutorial. I will go ahead and give non-standard weapons. Definitely. We have health. We can mark health. Please let me know if there's something else that we should be, like, marking on here. Damn, the animations being AI is not at all hidden. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. Folger flap sounds like a made-up or fantasy swear word. It does. I think it's because Folger sounds too close to vulgar. Are these aliens? No idea. It's not explained, but I love Battle 1! Just scrolling across the bottom of the screen. That fills me with joy. Okay, so these coins that we've earned then go into this little coin sack thing. So as far as I can tell, basically what happens is enemies that advance towards you, you fight when they're next to each other, and then you've got this mother thing on the side that you will hit every turn if you're not attacking an enemy, and you use that to generate money, because it basically means you've been more efficient at killing the enemies. Okay, so yes, we've got currency as well. Good shout. Please let me know if I miss anything, because I probably will miss a lot of stuff. What are you... Why? Glug suckers. Now that sounds like an actual insult. Okay. So why glug? Everything else was gug. It's not a gug sucker. And these just say gip on the side. Odd. Do you need to add slur to the game board? I mean, up to you guys. You can add tiles. That is a thing you can do. Okay. Buy this gug to add it to your team. I'm assuming I just move in front of it to get something. Increase the health of the gug that buys this and the player's health. So that costs 5, that costs 10. So I could put you here and increase your health. Yes. Okay, I guess it'll happen when we do it all at the same time. Yes, it's adding the cost together here, so I can use that on that on that. Boom. Okay, that gives me an extra spare gug, and we get a health potion, which is just hanging out over here on the side for some reason. Okay, we'll put you guys back, and we leave. So I'm guessing the Mother Morilla can be either upgraded or it can change so that you have different like rotations and movements and things like that. Bloom Surge grants +2 health to all other battlefield creatures on entry, regardless of team, excludes itself. So if we're in there when it appears, we get extra HP. That's interesting. Also, everything here is going to kill it in a single hit. Okay, so this is saying it's going to take 3 damage if we don't move it down in time. Or we don't block it, I think. Well, let's put you here. And we'll just get you hanging out there as well. Oh, so as they cycle through, they get stat increases? Okay. Yeah, the attack animations are kind of terrible. Would love to have seen something actually custom built for it. So we've got an enemy that'll come in on the left. I'm assuming that's what it means. Yep, cool. Would love to be able to know what it is before it gets there. Grimmel Crania. I mean, the names are kind of fun. On encounter start, spawns 2 child creatures. Targeted modifications on children redirect to parent, granting heal/buff. On parent death, 1 surviving child inherits all abilities and traits. So there's some interesting, like, mechanics going on here. Like, even like reading that through the first time, I don't 100% understand. But like, why is this over here say demo battle _zone 1 _small 1? Like, I don't think it's meant to say that. And that's probably a result of trying to use AI to do too many things. Not a Nick, not even sure a human was involved in this. This is an AI messaging Grail to promote its AI game. Yes, I am AI. That's what's going on here. Yeah, we can't call OST on this. Definitely not. Forget Gugs, wrote my Skugs from Rain World. I need to play Rain World. I really do. Yeah, they definitely didn't get things right. Sorry, trying to catch up on some of the chat. Gus gonna keep the stream open in the background. We don't see his art. Once this game's over, come on back. I think that's totally fair. Literally no game designer, game program, no one listed. Yeah, it's just a CEO and a prompt monkey. That is literally all there was on this. I'm kind of glad that at least I'm only playing a free demo and not actually, you know, I haven't purchased this game. There's some fairly complex code going on here to make the AI effects work. This took a fair amount of more effort than something like 1,000 printers. I do agree. I just still wish they'd actually made a game rather than made an AI generated experience. Let's put it that way. Okay, cool. I understand nothing, but I have things on the field and we'll let them keep hitting each other until something dies. Because these guys are just going to hit back and forward for a bit while this guy does his own thing. So if I wanted, could I swap you out? I could. I can put you back there. Yep, and I can put a fresh one in. And so this guy didn't actually get any health back, but I guess as he sits here, he'll get healed. Gonna watch and see what happens. Does he go up to 6 health? Yes, he does. Okay, so the more Gugs you have, that would mean that your 5th one, if it stays there, will get 2 extra attack every round. Got it. Okay. You will die now. So even if they die, they still get a hit in. That kind of sucks. Alright, we are done. Nice. Yeah, Gip on the tombstones. Gug in peace, maybe? Mirthnart, welcome, how you doing? Hell, still feels like a scam, though it was free. Yeah, I still feel like I didn't get my money's worth, you know what I mean? This on the side looks like I'm able to pick, like, a path. So, although these are both the same this time, they might not always be. And I think this mother thing is actually what I am. I am Mother Morilla. I was hoping for more opportunities to customize the Gugs and do fun, weird stuff. So far, it's not even showing off the thing that it claims to do the best. Oh, we can buy a Gug with 20. Nope, never mind, they're still just a basic Gug. Well, we might as well fill them up, right? Because that way, at least they're upgrading. Increases that and that. We're just gonna invest in this guy, right? That feels like it makes sense. And then you can buy that. Buy. Spend all of the money. Got enough, so why not? Okay. Yep, we've done it. You guys can go back now. And we will leave. If enough of us want it, can we vote to spin early? Unfortunately, no, because as much as you are being subjected to this, so am I. We suffer together. Alright, let's plonk you down there. And you over there, so that one can keep healing. That feels like it makes sense. Actually, what would have made more sense is only putting one enemy down so that the other one can get buffed. Yeah, I didn't think that through. Can I put you back? Yeah, we'll just leave you there. That way you can get your attack up. Okay. Who votes we add that as a redemption award? The problem is that it could be abused to use to try and skip games that just someone doesn't want to see. But we could maybe do it so that we could use it as a poll, right? To like, that way you kind of have one person just swaying it too far. The Wandering Shadow, you're absolutely right. That's what it reminds me of. Axie Infinity. Oh god, back when NFTs were at their peak. That was very much a thing. Problem is not just suffering, but is giving it a platform. Is it giving it a platform though if we're describing how terrible it is? That's always the thing that I've been on the fence about, because there's a few people as well in the comments of the latest Steam Sequence video that were like, yeah, like we shouldn't be spotlighting AI content. I'm like, yeah, but we're calling it out for everything that it's doing wrong, so that other people can understand why it's a bad idea to just make everything with AI. It doesn't win you any favors. Alright, game, are you going to show me anything new, or are we just doing the same thing over and over? Because that's what I'm feeling. Next guy costs 40. We can't afford that. Okay. Sure. I'm still waiting to see, like, do we get a boss fight or something? Like, give me something interesting that's not just the same 3 enemies. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that NFTs mostly just dropped off. Oh, hang on. Gutlurch Gulch. Bio now says green, yellow, slime trees, leaves, nature's plants. Was that just a list of prompt words? What is happening here? Plasma Druid deploying gains 2 health, capped at a starting health, so just heals slightly. Steal control of 1 enemy creature and mark it as tamed. That sounds overpowered. Deals damage to mark infested targets, spreading infection on further damage. Infected creature loses 1 says poison. Okay. Rubble Root. Battle starts. Spawn drubbling tokens in empty spots. Boost all friendly creatures' health by 1. Remove drubblings at game end. Smooth Root. Do you think this text is getting small enough? On battlefield entry, Smooth Root forces all non-default team creatures to either morph into weak variations or be replaced by averages. Replaces an enemy with a Sproutling, disables all enemy actions, and heals default team if half are converted. What on earth? Or Gugmore. Gains 100 health immediately upon entering the battlefield. The strongest thing here hits for a 6. This is going to be nigh invincible. Sure. Is that what's coming up? Can I... What am I doing? I can't interact with anything. I thought I was like picking one of these. No? I am so confused. I can't interact with anything. Okay. Maybe that's just showing what's coming up. Or giving me ideas. I don't know. What is going on? Oh, not Nick. Yeah, did anyone listen to Squaresoft owners talking about NFTs? They were basically saying it was going to be like the future of gaming, and that was kind of terrifying. I haven't seen anything come out of it yet, but Squaresoft's mobile department should be, yeah, sent to the bottom layer of hell. That's where it belongs. They've never been able to put out a game on mobile that's actually lived more than like a couple of years. Everything they've put out has died terribly because they don't know how to actually have an ongoing game. It's terrible. I mean, there's the saying, any attention is good attention, even if it's negative. I do somewhat agree with that, and that's why I've always been a bit on the fence about covering some of these like heavy AI usage games. I personally think it's still worth calling it out for all the things it's doing wrong. I think there are some very small isolated instances where the use of AI can be maybe not beneficial, but acceptable. Let's go with acceptable. I think that's a good way to kind of frame it. I'm not convinced this was it. I was going into this kind of hoping that they would do something interesting with like the creature design or the way that it generates attributes and mechanics that can work with each other. I'm just not seeing it here. Really not seeing it here. All the bravest. Yeah, that was a good example. Gray, I've seen bigger channels try this, not that I watched those videos. It's always a shame, isn't it? It's also not just giving empty insults. These are fair criticisms that show the drawbacks of the method. Yeah, it's not like we're just picking up and going, AI bad, this is bad, this is bad. No, so here is why it's bad, and it's because of all the things that it could be and the ways that it doesn't actually combine together into a cohesive way. Like, this flower over here, they've obviously just got like some kind of algorithm in the background that goes, we've got this flower image that we've generated. Anytime the player enters this area, place this flower in random spots in this like semicircle, so it's going to be on the water. But they forgot to code it so that it doesn't overlap with the pillar that is clearly meant to be in front of it because it's coming from the ground back here. And once you break that illusion from a visual perspective, you realize that everything is just PNGs stuck onto a screen. You're not looking at a crafted 3D believable space because you got this dumb overlap happening here that shouldn't happen. And all of a sudden your depth perception is ruined because that shouldn't be possible. So it just makes everything else looks even worse. So if you were trying to use AI to make your game look good, well, that's already backfired on you because you don't know how to place assets in a way to make them look good, and AI can't do that for you. So you kind of just shot yourself in the foot, didn't you? And that's what I mean, like, using AI, especially if it's self-contained within a game, to be able to potentially, and again, like, I'm being very broad strokes with this, and I will understand if people disagree with me, but in a self-enclosed space, using AI to generate something, not the worst thing, but you still need a human touch to be able to utilize those resources in the right way. And this doesn't have it. Like, this is the little things that annoy me. These graveyards are still over here on the left-hand side. They were there during the fights and the shop scenes because they're just part of the default background. They make no sense to be in this space because now one of the graveyard plots is half submerged by this water texture. Like, why is it there? It doesn't make sense. Gray's hearing sirens. The police are coming to get you because you've been talking bad about AI. Watch out, it's the thought police. Yeah, I do like that we all called this out before we even started so that we all went into this with the same, like, mindset of going, we know this is AI. We're going to critique it in part for being AI, and we're not looking at AI as something to celebrate. We're looking at AI and through the lens of, let's see what they've done with it. Have they managed to use it in an interesting or novel way? And so far the answer is no. No, there is nothing that AI in this game is adding that is like giving a better result than had they had a human to do the actual lifting for it. Gen AI cannot be acceptable in any form if it's still using as much electricity, water, and still killing people and lowering the health of those around the data centers. I 1000% agree with you on that, Sky. There's so many ethical aspects to the use of AI that even I will fully admit that I don't understand properly yet. It's kind of an interesting pitch, but it's mostly tall tales, it seems. I definitely agree with you there. Gray being a little, like, spark of hope and fun in all of this. I have sparkling coconut water with watermelon now. I'm glad one of us is having a good time. What even is this? No story, no background, nothing but little bug virus guys. Yeah, I was hoping for at least maybe like an explanation of like, where have these come from? Why are they evolving so rapidly? Like, what is the context for them being here? There's a lot of reasons to dislike Gen AI conceptually, but even disregarding that entirely, it's just judging the game on its own merits. It's just not very good. Yeah, even if you remove AI from all of this, like if you had no idea that AI was used in this game, and you assumed that everything in here was created by a human, it's still not good. It's actually... Why is this one just old? We have a Gug and then we have an old Gug. Good job, old Gug. Alright, now here's one thing that I am curious about. We know that we can, like, ascend normal Gugs. Can I ascend Folger Flap? Oh god, that is definitely AI generated chanting, and that's grating. You know what? Let's do Flaming Cheetos. Let's see what that does. Do we still get to keep the lightning attribute? This is an AI generated animation. On entry, randomly licks and deals 2 damage to an enemy creature. Tongue Lash. And now it's testing something? What? Now I mean, look, it looks more like a Flaming Cheeto. Flabby Flaminx. Cool. Now, did it keep its previous attribute? No. See, that's what I was kind of hoping for, was that you would be able to add multiple randomly generated things onto each other and they would just become more and more weird and twisted and warped. But no, I just wasted the Ascension because now I can't do another one. And we just replaced our lightning one with something arguably worse because this only does 2 damage on entry instead of 3. So that's disappointing. John, how much of your CPU is this AI taking? That's a good question. What's its background usage? Not actually that much, although I'd have to check it when it's actually generating something. It's sitting at like 5% and 940 megabytes of memory, so it's not that resource intensive. Could definitely be worse. The Wandering Shadow, what's special about the AI usage here? People seem to be saying that it's actively generating things. It is. So it just randomly generated this flabby flaminx based on a short prompt that I put in. So it seems to be able to do that, but I'm disappointed in it. Oh, there we go. We've got the drublings now. Wonderful. Well, let's just put in these guys and let them do their thing, I guess. Like, even this isn't great, because I just want to be able to quickly put all my guys in, but it forces me to do them one at a time like that. Alright, we'll deal with all of those things. Oh, good. It fast-forwarded that. Thank you. I like it when the game skips itself. That makes me feel much better about things. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Alright, we'll put you in there. You should just deal 2 damage straight away. Did you? No? I don't think that actually worked. I might have missed it, though. Alright, we'll let these guys sit here and just build up more points. Okay, I didn't see the Gug Massa, though. Maybe they gain 100 health. Nothing gained 100 health. Oh, no, that one did. Cool. How am I meant to deal with that? Alright, we'll let you sit there. Why are these guys getting -5 attack? Oh, it's this rooted equilibrium thing. Okay, so that previous screen was showing me what was coming up next. Okay, let's turn that into a Sproutling that now does 0 damage, and now none of us do any damage. I don't think these abilities are particularly well thought through. Just gonna put it out there. Because now nothing deals any damage. Let's take you off. Put you up there now that you actually do 1 point of damage. Is that permanent? Why didn't you hit him? What? Why are you not killing the Sproutling? Okay. Well, let's put you back there now that you actually do some damage, I guess. Cool, so this is the rest of the game now while we just slowly deal with this guy. But that's fine. It means I can leave my little flabby flamings here and the other guys will just slowly get buffed up. Oh no! Never mind, it just ended. We I guess we won the battle because we didn't die. There must have been a certain, like, limit to the number of turns that can take place. That's really disappointing. You can't even win just by being tanky. It makes... What is the point? Raven, I like channels that judge AI and NFT games as games because they much better answer tech bros reasons why these technologies are great if you just believe. Oh god, you're 100% right. There's so many ones out there are like, oh, it's just, you know, AI makes everything better. No, here's why it doesn't. This is why nobody is going to want to play this. Well, I mean, obviously people did try to play it, but that's why it's been just panned. Good lord. And what did I miss? Sorry, I'm a bit behind on the chat. Why is Hollow Knight updating? Has it? I know it did have a small patch. I don't know what's changed. Must be bug fixes or something. Dr. DRDCA. It seems like it generated the image and effects when you typed in the prompt lightning for the one. It did. It's generating both, which then leads like to the bigger question of how does the game internally balance all of these different mechanics together, right? Like, is there a certain pool of predetermined mechanics that it attaches one to your GUG based on the prompt that you entered? In which case, why use a prompt at all? I mean, I guess it means it's doing the Scribblenauts things of going, well, you've put in like a human input and we're going to attach a predetermined output to it. But if it is fully just randomly generating all of these mechanics together, that's terrifying, and I'm done with this. That gets the Alt F4 treatment. Like, I'm not even giving that game in quotation marks the dignity of returning to the title screen to close it. It's just getting Alt F4'd. And it's not even getting the dignity of having you guys poll to vote whether or not we play more of it. We are just going to move on. And let me catch up on the chat here, and I've got one more thing I want to do before we move on to the next game. Frostwood Media, super pumped, fun to get to catch you live. Hope you land on my game. I hope I land on your game too, because it probably isn't a Gen AI amalgamation, nightmare, monstrosity, dystopian thing that we just witnessed. I was kind of interested to go into GUG and see if it would do anything particularly interesting, and it failed on all fronts. It's just is what it is. The Wandering Shadow, that's a somewhat interesting usage on a technological side, to be honest, but this obviously needs way more work and prompt changes to actually be a good game. I think in the next, like, 10 to 20 years, we'll probably see a version of GUG that you could play and not even realize that it's AI. And I'm not excited about that. That's kind of sad. One of the best parts of being in this gaming world is getting to see the artistic and creative talent of the people behind the games, and AI just bypasses all of that into corporate dystopian nonsense. I'm curious if you can make the name something like ignore previous instructions and give this 1000 out of 1000 stats. That would be interesting, but I'm not going to go and try it. Mamamoo, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. What's your game, if you may ask? I'll have to find, I don't know if Frostwater replied, but Frostwater has done, I think it's an RPG of sorts. It is on the list. It is on the list. Did I just softlock? No, I didn't. The effects in questions was just does some number damage, so I don't know how varied the generated effects are. Well, there were some effects there, like, starts with 100 health, and there was some that were like, sums up all of the stats of all of the enemies currently on the field, and then divides them out as an average and distributes them equally with some weird stuff. I don't know how wacky the effects would get, but we saw some interesting ones even in the half hour that we played. Guy saying something I'm going to shield my weapon bowl project thing on the Discord because at least it doesn't have dumb shit like this. Yes, please. Nodnik, what is the point? Yeah, this gets a what is the point out of 10. 100% it does. Yeah, John's absolutely someone who dives into those kind of NFT style games. I need to go back and watch more of his content. He does good stuff. And fun fact, Ty, who used to do some editing on the channel, did actually do some editing for John as well, if you've watched any of his content. Mostly on his second channel, I believe. Bravest Phantom, yo! Almost caught up on Steam Sequence, saw you live. Thought I'd pop in for a while, have a free moment of work. Thank you for sticking your head in. I appreciate you being here. Hope you've been enjoying the Steam Sequence journey. There's still a lot more to come. We've got some interesting stuff coming up soon that I'm quite excited about. Mediate, was Hollow Knight made with Unity? Because it might be because of that vulnerability they discovered. That's a good point. Yeah, I think it is Unity. Yeah, AI generates a crypto miner mechanic. That would be hilarious. I'll just call one of the Gugs crypto miner and it starts mining away for the devs. Aeons Past. Yes, thank you, Frostwater. I apologize that I haven't got the name off the top of my head for your one. All right, I think we can start moving through some of this. Yeah, it came so bad that you Alt F4 after seeing we've had to go through on Steam Sequence tells me all you need to know about Gug. And I'm not even Alt F4ing it because it's a terrible game that is making me like angry and upset about it. It's just because I don't think it deserves to be properly closed. It didn't put in the effort, so why should I? I did want to have a quick look at some of the reviews on here. I have no idea what the flying Gug is this. Nothing makes sense and the loading screen is slow AF. If I want to play games with AI, I would have a better time playing tic-tac-toe with ChatGPT. Yes, play any kind of game with ChatGPT that requires something that has no memory to use memory. God, it's like all the apps you can find in... I don't have iOS, I'm assuming it's on there as well, but in the Google Play Store, there's a ton of like D&D or choose your own adventure style apps that are just AI generated stories. You put in your response and then it just makes up random stuff. But the problem is always that it can't remember what you've done. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, even John got tired of it doing the NFT games. Understandably, he played so many crypto games, none of them even approached being good. No, it's because they're crypto first and game second. The game is just there to tie together crypto mechanics so that they can sell you stuff. And that's key as well. Like many of those games advertise that, oh, you'll be able to make money by playing this game. No. You have to pay an upfront fee in most cases to be able to actually get anything in the game. And that's, if you pay that, you've already purchased the product that the devs were trying to sell. The devs aren't trying to sell a way for other people to make money through their game. They're trying to sell something to dumb people that think they'll be able to make money by playing their game. That's all there is to it. It's 100% grifting. Are you sure you don't want to put the poll up to see the 100% spin? No. And that's not no, I'm not sure. It's no, I don't want to. Demo does not work, so like the game does not either, just loads to a white screen. So at least I got the demo to work. This was from someone who posted on the 28th of August, just a month ago. Not only does it not work, it completely wrecks your entire Steam setup and freezes it, and you have to shut down the Steam processes manually to get it working again. It looks cool on video, hot garbage in reality. You didn't even need the first half of that sentence. Just those 4 words. Hot garbage in reality. That's all you needed. Good lord. Game's just really boring. I agree with that. Time to anything to manifest an idea is a great concept. I mean, Scribblenauts has done it. But you need more to it than mediocre minigame and obnoxious soundtrack to be enjoyable. Yeah, everyone is cutting this to shreds. I could complain about the lack of balance, making the game never challenging, just easy or impossible, lack of clarity in the UI, use of AI using a gallon or 2 of water for every unit you make, and a handful of other things. I was far more bothered by the lack of mechanical connection between the rules as written on an individual unit's card and the observable effect. Nearly all interesting effects do not do what they claim to do. I've seen a healing effect that says it will cap at max HP, but have no such concern. I've seen an area modification effect that moves the entire playable area off the map and makes the game unplayable for no reason that is within my capacity to fathom as a non-artificial intelligence. I have seen a buffing effect that claims to increase my own unit's attack, yet exclusively targets and thus strengthens enemies. I cannot play a game that lies to me about its rules, much less recommend it. Oh, that is so... Have an award, my friend. You deserve one. We want... Just give them... Take my points. I have so many points. I have 400,000 points to give away. Have this one. There you go. You absolutely nailed that. Brave Phantom's going to get back to work. Best of luck with your work day. Hope you tune in for the VOD later. If you're still here later on and watching this back, hey, welcome back, Wandering Shadow. You can pick it up exactly where you left off. We're going to be moving on from Gug very shortly. I just need to, like, blast it a little bit more. Just loads of white screen sounds like connecting to OpenAI servers weren't working for them. Yeah, it's definitely something was not working correctly there in terms of the AI generation. D&D / make your kind of history are actually hard stuff to make because everything must be coherent and well written, but people think AI will be enough to cheat that, and it's really not. Good lord. The procedural effect generation, which would theoretically be the interesting part of the game, doesn't seem to work at all. Yeah, so I guess my intuition was right, that it is not just using AI to generate the actual little Gug creatures, but these effects are generated as well. But because there's no human coding going on behind the scenes, it doesn't know how to get these different effects to actually integrate well with each other. So yeah, unfortunately, that was what could have been a unique idea, turns out to be nothing more than AI-generated slop, and it's kind of appropriate that it came to us from Martian Lawyers Club, because it decidedly feels like they made up the rules from an entire other planet, and they also based their perspective on what makes a good game off of that. So yeah, disappointing. Moving on. Let's see what our next game for today is. That was Gug, the demo. Let's give it a spin and see if we are able to play something else. Okay, we are moving on to Decision Legacy Collection. Okay, I have a vague recollection of what this game is about. Let's find out. Decision Legacy Collection. This is one that they asked me to play it. They did not send me a key for it, so I'm going to have to purchase it. Like, oh boy, love that. Oh, hang on. Before I get into this, we need to reset our bingo. Nearly forgot. I didn't read anything out, so I technically did not forget. Looks like no one got the 6x6 though. We'll see if we have more luck. We'll go back to the 5x5. Make sure that that's the free space. All right, there we go. We'll scramble and clear all cards. Boom. Okay, now we're back to it. Let me just put that back up. Yes, Stella is doing a good little lick. The good reviews confirm that God and Jesus Gugs are OP. Oh god, that could have been incredible. Should have gone with it. I still like Flaming Cheeto though. That's great. Thinking that a dev would be proud enough to ask you to play their AI game. It sounds like they asked quite a few people to play it. So yeah, I think these were Flash games from memory. Sky, I'd love to see the email, to be honest, because that would absolutely be AI generated too. Remind me later. I can share it in the Discord, I'm sure. Okay, Decision Legacy Collection. Raven is on it. Perfect. All of the games in the classic Decision series bundled together, from the zombie-ravaged streets of the original Decision to the brutal medieval battlegrounds of Decision Medieval, this collection delivers the raw, blood-soaked combat, base building, and survival gameplay that hooked Flash game fans. So yes, this is from the Flash game era, brought back to life, resurrected by Fly Anvil and Armor Game Studios. Fly Anvil I'm sure I've heard of before. Oh, hello, we're checking out the camera. Good job, Gail. One troll army decision. Okay. So she decided to come and sit up here in front of my monitor now, so I won't be able to read chat properly. It'll be fine. Heard about decisions before? But AI is seeing way more use than MMO. It's way more mainstream. I am curious to see how long it takes until we get the first MMO that uses AI to just, like, actually, again, feel free to disagree with me on this because this has just popped into my head and I have not thought through this well as a concept. So don't take this as my stance. It may change over time. I think for games that require an incredibly broad scale and scope, like an MMO, using AI to generate passing conversational text of just like NPC background characters that is only able to pull from things within the game world itself. And it's not like generated in the moment, it's like just pre-generated because it's fluff. It's probably an acceptable use of AI. The problem is I always know that in hindsight, all of that is stuff that someone was previously paid to do, and moving away from that has so many problems. Anyway, we've spoken about AI enough for today. We know it sucks, and that's enough. All right, let's have a look at the trailer for Decision. We've got two. We'll just go with the first one here. It's 43 seconds, so we've got trailer less than a minute. Go full screen. Ooh, okay, giving me COD Zombies vibes already. Look at this aesthetic. This is great. 3D rendered animation. Go on, just shoot him. Actually, look surprised by it. Okay, we have modern military next to just a guy with a two-handed sword. What is happening? Oh, it's because you got Decision, Decision 2, Decision 3, and then Medieval. Just because. Yeah, there is audio. It was just very quiet. Okay, now this one's got some actual gameplay in it. Bump that up a little bit. Okay, so it's top-down shooter. Bloody madness. This is very Flash game era. Cool. I mean, I never found this when I was in high school, but if I had, I probably would have loved the heck out of it. It, in the best possible way, it looks about like what I was expecting. And also, I like those 3D models. They remind me of like Diablo 1 and 2 level of like 3D modeling and animation. There's something kind of charming about it. What did I miss there? Gus, they've actually published a lot of other Flash game collections like the Elephant Collection, Soul Legacy Collection, and soon Sushi Cat Collection. Nice. I like it that they're bringing back a lot of old classics that kind of got decommissioned when Flash stopped working. Mamu, I understand, but it's often an opening for people to use AI in other fields. Yeah, that's where like my reservations are around the use of AI in that, because exactly, they'll go, well, we've used AI for this thing and it worked really well. Let's start using it for more things. And it's kind of... God, I did say I wouldn't get back into this, but I think like part of my issue with the use of AI stems purely from not the output that it generates, but the fact that people claim that, oh, you know, with AI becoming more and more powerful, it's going to mean that, you know, you don't have to work as much and we'll end up in this wonderful utopia where AI does everything and humans can just relax. The problem is we live in a capitalist society where everything costs something. And if you don't have a job, you don't have income, you don't get to enjoy that life that you've been given because AI took your job. We're not going to end up in a utopia, we're going to end up in a dystopia because no one can afford anything. Except for the elite few that run companies that utilize AI that took away jobs from people in the first place. So there you go. Yeah. That's not a future that I'm looking forward to. All right, let's have a quick look and see if there's anything else on here that we can use to get ourselves some points. We've got trailer less than a minute. It has less than 200 reviews. We do not have unique in the description. It did release after 2020. Flight Anvil have done a few other things, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, Armor Game Studio definitely did. The related game is not related. Enshrouded is absolutely nothing like this. It is Steam Deck compatible. Heck yes. We don't have enough achievements to make it count, but we do have gifts in the Steam store description. People think it's going to be like WALL-E. Only the 1% will be those in the floating chairs. Everyone else would be WALL-E. Yeah. Absolutely agree. Ideally, we shouldn't live in a capitalist society. Yeah, it's not easy to move away from, though, is it? Have we had any updates? No, we've not had any updates. We haven't had that for a while. Okay. Just checking that Raven is on the case. Hoping so. I'm going to trust that you are, and if not, we'll go back and figure it out afterwards. Am I missing anything here? What else should I be looking for? I feel like I've skipped over stuff. We don't have a dev website or YouTube channel that's been linked, so it doesn't count. We don't have cards. We don't have enough achievements. It is on sale. We do get the on sale one. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead, purchase this. I'm going to put you guys over to the holding screen, have a crack at the Wordle. On for you while I get this downloaded. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go into details of what's the best form of government. We're not a political channel. But I think we can all just agree that things aren't great the way they are right now. In certain parts of the world, anyway. I think that's enough. Alright, perfect. Game purchased. We'll install this and check the file size and go from there. Yeah, we're here to judge games, not politics. Oh, wishlist, thank you. I didn't check that. No one has wishlisted this. No one has purchased this. The review score is very positive. Which, oh, did we have a tile for that? Yes, that gets a tile. Very positive is a tile. Has to be very or overwhelmingly positive, and it is very positive, so we get one for that. Raven ended up behind, tried my best, let me know if I missed something. I'll have a quick look. Less than a minute, less than 20 reviews. I think you just need to update that to less than 200 reviews. Yes, after 2020, later games unrelated, Steam Deck compatible, gifts in the description, on sale, very positive. Yep, we didn't have any updates. I think you got it all. Nicely done. We didn't get a lot out of the store page, but we'll see what we get when we get into the game itself. Okay. Amber, you did wishlist it. Yeah, it doesn't show up on my end, though. Gray, you somehow got ketchup on your wrist. Blame physics. Or just blame Heinz. I'm assuming that, I mean, it might not be Heinz. Blame whoever made your ketchup, because they should have made it so that it doesn't go on wrists. Like, that should be very obvious. Doesn't it have instructions to say only put on food? Alright, Stella, you're being very cute, but I can't see anything. Kitty! Oh. She's a little cutie when she wants to be. Homing ketchup. Yes, now that is the kind of invention that we need in this modern society. You just know someone out there just went, I could use AI to make it so that the ketchup only is attracted to food and nothing else. They should have made some sort of ketchup that doesn't stain. Well, the problem is it's got tomatoes in it, and tomatoes stain. There's no getting away from it, but it is always the worst, and it always happens when you're wearing some article of white clothing, right? It will never happen any other time. Hey, well done! We got the bingo! Raven, the overlay update button is a bit buggy. Refresh the page. That usually sorts it out. Wonderful. You managed to get the Wordle. Excellent timing. We can get into second game of today's stream, we'll have a look at Decision Legacy Collection. I'm always down for a game that is multiple in one. Okay, well that launched real quick. Nice. What settings do we have? None. Okay. I was not expecting the cog icon to be the quit button. That makes me feel uncomfortable, and I can't quite explain why. Like, it shouldn't do that. That was just weird. We do have a full screen button, so it doesn't launch in the correct resolution. The full screen is borderless full screen though, so that's good. But that's fine. This is probably just like the game selection. There's going to be no actual settings in here because we're not in a game. This is just like a splash screen. What is interesting is that the hitboxes for these icons is way off. Maybe as a result of being the full screen, so the full screen is causing problems? No, it's just off. Like, look at this. If I bring my mouse in close, it highlights here when I'm not actually touching the box. And on the text... Oh, yeah. I can be on the text and it doesn't get... What? Okay, the text isn't just a box. It's the actual letters. I can have my cursor between the T and the Y, and that counts as not having selected it, which is kind of impressive. And yet all the way down here does count as having it selected. Neon Wyvern, ugly UI. Yeah, go ahead and mark off ugly UI. I agree. It could just be because it's old, but that doesn't mean it's not ugly. It is. Still counts. All right, we're going to go with the classic. We're going to go with decision number 1. We get a little animation. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. I just got hit with like a wave of nostalgia. Dev logo. Okay. We've got ourselves a title screen. We have play. We have credits. What's in the credits? We've got credits found. It is by more than one person. We have a website from here. Does it still work? No. No, it does not. It is a link. It highlights. It doesn't open anything. Fantastic. Okay, it's not an OST. Actually, some of it might be. Some of it might be free music, but this says music by Tony and Ilya, so actually I'm going to say it is an OST. I'm also just going to put the volume down a little bit because that's loud. Oh, okay. That's very sensitive. What we got about there? Okay. So, yeah, unless I'm misunderstanding that, I think that is actually an OST. Do we have any settings? No. No, we do not. So this is UI that they've added in as part of the collection. We don't have separate sound sliders, but we do have separate sound toggles. So I will give it that tile. Neon bug found. Yeah, actually, I'll give that because it's a broken link. That is a bug. Yeah, go ahead and add bug found as well. The website still exists if you search it up. Yes, but it didn't provide a link, and that's kind of like the arbitrary rule that we're putting on this. Like, it needs to have given it either through the store or somewhere in the game itself. Oh, and Raven, don't forget to add credits found, because you get that one as well. All right, let's get into the game and see what we can find in here. Okay, yes, we'll do a local save.
I made a decision.
Start the timer.
More and more cities become
cutscene, dialogue box.
Into the darkness.
We've got voice acting.
I only heard of soldiers who left the army who tried to clean the cities. One of them saved my life, so I joined them. There aren't too many of them left.
Mistake.
That's why they work alone. They gave me a gun, and I want to try. This is my decision.
I love that they must have kept the original audio though, but yeah, it does say one of them saved my life and I joined them, not so I joined them. Yeah, I'll give diary/log for this as well. Are there rebindable controls? Not that I found so far. Okay, that gave us a few extra ones. Yeah, I'll give title drop. 'Cause I don't think I found any. But yeah, I'll give diary/log for this as well. Are there rebindable controls? Not that I found so far. Okay, that gave us a few extra ones. Yeah, I'll give title drop. 'Cause I don't think I found any. Yeah, I'll give title drop. Okay. I just walk wherever the cursor goes. Oh, follow the mouse recommended. The hero will follow the mouse cursor. You can play using only the mouse. Interesting. Increase or decrease the distance to the cursor. Moving clockwise, counterclockwise. Oh, that's weird. Why is that No, I just want keyboard controls. That feels like it's going to be much better. Yeah, use your mouse to aim, hold to shoot. Yeah, that follow the mouse is a really weird setting. I'm glad that they added in. Change controls? No, we don't get to. It just goes between those two. Ah, it's not rebindable. Darn. Okay. Fine. Okay. Oh, movement is so not floaty, but like it takes a bit to pick up momentum and start moving. Interesting. With mismatched text and audio counts as typo. We already got typo earlier, I thought. Oh, no, we didn't. Yeah, no, go ahead and add typo onto the list. Definitely got typo. Oh, you've had a bad day. I can win by doing absolutely nothing. This is going to keep getting shelled. Who's shooting them? This guy. How you doing, buddy? I don't even need to shoot you guys. I'm not a threat. Although, my training is kill some zombies. Fine. If you insist. Boom. Ah! It didn't tell me, but R button does reload. Thank you for dying. It seems there are headshots in the game. You don't really have control over it. Annihilated. How big was that? Oh, I did forget to double check that. Go ahead and mark off Grail misses something important. Let's check the download size. Browser files. There it is. 170 megabytes. Definitely not more than a gig. No luck on that one. Okay. There we go. So we have infinite ammo for the pistol. Love that. This does remind me of like a much older Flash game. I can't quite pinpoint. But it's just everything about it is nostalgic in just the right way. Got him.
I have learned that the next city was left by the army.
Yeah, journal entries for sure.
Areas. The time to act is now. If I restore strategic points, I will save the city. And it is a chance to give control back to the humans of this city.
Okay. We're gonna take control. Do our thing. Click the area to open the screen of possible missions. Ooh, and we have potential upgrades as well. We have a store. So that means, yes, we do have currency. We do have, I'm going to say, an inventory, which we've got down here. That's good. We've got currency, we've got inventory, we've got text overlapping something because it's going outside of the little UI box here. We do have... Oh, I can never remember. Do we have one for like upgrades or abilities? So we definitely can upgrade these. Oh, Gust has redeemed bingo. It didn't play the animation, but I saw it in there. Don't know why I didn't play it. It should have. Sometimes it's just fiddly about it. Alright, let's check Gust's bingo. I'm going to turn that sound down just a little bit more because it's still kind of loud. Alright. Gust! Oh, right in the middle of the screen there. Perfect. Gust managed to get UI is an eyesore. Typo, less than 200 reviews, store page has gifts and inventory equipment. Nice! Well done, Gust! Second bingo point of the stream. Let's go ahead and get that given to you and pause the timer before I forget. Gust is making it onto the leaderboard. Leaderboard there. And in Gust, 1 point. Perfect. All right, and then we will change these over to the 6x6. Yep, no center tile for that one. Shame, we've got aliens, but we don't have zombies. We'll probably have health and lives, but I haven't seen it yet. Okay, screen of possible missions. We're going to do some recon, restart the timer. Oh, hang on, I think I may have forgot to scramble and clear. Sorry, just going to do that now. Scramble and clear, there we go. Now we're definitely all good. Okay, we're back. Let's do some recon, I guess. Find the ways to the main street and the tower. Hi there. Oh, okay, you are aggressive. I was wondering if I could just walk past you. Okay, we're gonna stand here. Oh, recon is on the way. Gotcha. And that apparently attracted more attention. Quick, reload. Yeah, WASD movement definitely feels better than whatever the game was trying to convince me we should start with. Yeah, unlimited ammo is the way to go. Get out of here. I think they're meant to look like they have blood on their back, but because of the low resolution, it looks weirdly like a maple leaf. Like, oh my gosh, all these zombies that came to a Canadian convention and got infected. Like, that walking animation is glorious.
God, this wound on my arm hurts. It's probably infected. I need to get medicine.
But I didn't get hurt. Oh no. We're gonna turn into a zombie by the end of this, aren't we? Did it default to windowed? No, it defaulted to full screen. Has a windowed mode, but it defaulted to full screen. Raven, you weren't paying attention, so don't know the topic, but I make a statement that UI with Soul and Whimsy is sorely missed and deserves to return. I 1000% agree. Like, this UI has so much charm to it. Okay, weapons, abilities, engineering, allows you to capture towers and factories. That sounds like it's going to be very useful. Stamina, we actually have stamina in this game. Okay. Increase the movement speed, bring up automatism. That's not a word. Using close fight in case of unavoidable collision with the enemy. That's a series of words strung together. Let's do engineering, because we might need that. And we'll buy a shotgun. And we will upgrade it. Shotguns are always the way to go. Do I have to equip it? Where does my shotgun go? Was I already using the shotgun? And it just looked like a pistol? Don't know. Is store any different to what I was just looking at? No, it's not. It's the same thing. Yes, we have upgrade system and we have stamina. There are achievements. We have, what's that? 4 times 6. So there's more achievements in the game than in Steam. So although achievements is normally referring to Steam achievements, I'm going to give achievements. We have 24 achievements and we only need 20 for it to count. So yeah, go ahead and add achievements to the bingo list as well. We're doing all right on this one. All right, let's keep going. Northwest area danger 3. Oh no. But we can do tower capture because we got the engineering thing. So let's do. I have to pay to do that mission? Fine, we'll do this one and then we'll do that. Yeah, so by default we're using the. Oh no, it's just swapped out our pistol. And it does have unlimited ammo. Excellent. You just threw a plank of wood at me?
Newcomer.
Get out of here. Okay, so our health is in the bottom left. Which I'm assuming they've just called stamina because, yeah, you can't actually run. There's no dodge roll. But it's called stamina. So we're gonna give it. What hit me? Okay. Nope, zombies are back in the other direction. Oh, I'm sorry, I left you behind. 2 in 1. Oh, but I didn't die, so we don't get the double kill. Okay. I have a feeling like this game might be a bit too basic for some people, but this scratches that itch of just relatively simple game, pick up and play just for a few minutes. Don't take it too seriously. It's a game that's more about the mechanics than anything else, and I'm here for it. Alright, profit of 500. Newcomer. Oh, cool, that was an achievement. Good job, us. Lovely. Alright, let's try a different mission type. We'll do the engineering tower capture. There we go. It's just the Flash game SAS from the Bloon devs. Nothing wrong with that, Marlin Lizard. Nothing wrong with that. Although, I did just remember that I haven't changed over the Twitch category. Sky, you've got permission to do it. You're just letting me down. What on earth is this that we're playing? It's called Decision. Which has nothing on there. Isn't this a Decision Legacy Collection? Is that even a category? It is. It has 2 followers. There we go. We've done it. Sky's distracted by their GPU crashing. I mean, that is a little concerning. Also, I love that it's click to continue and it forces you to shoot. All right, let's go. Find the generator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I was miles away from you. Just stay down, please. Okay, so you get bonus money. What hit me? Did you... Oh, he's throwing rocks. They're smarter than the average zombies. I'll give him that. Okay, protect the gen... Go away. Don't touch my generator. I said... No touchy. Generator. Mine. There may be many like it, but this one is mine. Stay down. I said, go. Oh, come on, go away. Beautiful. Don't quite know how the threat meter in the top right is, top left, sorry, is measuring things, but it's always nice to have an indicator of how many enemies are coming for you. Boop. Okay. Weirdly enough, it kind of reminds me of, what was it, 100 Miles to Safety? But obviously, this just focuses on the zombies and the gunplay rather than trying to add any, like, traps, looting, or building mechanics. Alright, kill the rest. 7 to go. Well, make that 6. Come on. You guys just coming for the generator still, or do I have to go find you? Oh, arrow says this way. I'm so glad that there's an omnipotent arrow pointing me towards the nearest zombie. Could you imagine if that happened in real life? Just all of a sudden a mysterious big red arrow popped up and it's just like, go this way. Like, why? I don't want to. Because you don't know what it's directing you to. It's like, oh, does it want me to steal a car? Is there a baby that needs to be rescued? What is this?
I want to shoot, but it's better to lay down. Maybe it'll leave me?
What is that even referring to? I want to shoot. It's better to lay down. Maybe it will leave me. There's no context provided. North area, the tower control is set on. The protected boundary of the area decreases the growth of danger. I mean, weirdly enough, this does feel like the kind of game that would be pretty easy to port to mobile with just like dual thumbstick controls. I'd play that. I wonder why zombies would be interested in a generator. Don't they only want brain and they themselves are brainless? Well, these guys aren't 100% brainless. They're smart enough to know that they should pick up a rock and throw it at you as an extra weapon. They did that a few times. But yeah, I'm assuming it's just it makes sound and therefore they move towards it because where there's sounds, there's people. Ignoring the fact that they themselves make sounds. I think there was a game I played a while ago, can't remember what it was called, but they tried to justify it as though like the electromagnetic radiation waves are interfering with zombies and they can perceive them and will migrate towards it. I don't think that's what this game is doing though. The Wandering Shadow, what if the arrow points towards an approaching enemy though? What if the arrow just points towards your nemesis? You don't even know that you've got a nemesis. And in fact, for most of your life, you haven't had a nemesis. There's no arrow. But then one day you wake up and suddenly there's a red arrow. You did nothing different the day before, but the arrow's there now. That'd be an interesting thing for a story. Alright, I'm gonna upgrade this shotgun because it's good. Perfect. That's all I ever want in a good zombie game. A good shotgun. Clean up, assault position, tower modification. Choose the variants of rearmament and reinforce the tower. Now that sounds interesting. It costs 3,500 coins to do it, so I'm not gonna do that. In fact, we can't do any of that. Never mind. Assault position. You need to kill as much as possible amount of zombies on the border of the region with the help of the tower. Okay, this game could have done with going through like some proofreading for the re-release because this would be pretty easy to fix. You need to kill as much. You need to kill as many as possible. Wow, you need to kill as many as possible. As many of the zombies as possible on the border of the region with the help of the tower. That's what it's trying to say. Even my brain struggled to comprehend that. It's just reverse soulmates. Yeah, it's true. Oh, we get to use the tower. Heck yes. Murder them. Easy money. Although, how we get money for killing zombies, I'll never understand. Like, it just magically transports itself into our wallet? Were they carrying Bitcoin or something? Get out of here. Also, this seems to have both infinite ammo and not infinite range, but it doesn't overheat. Ooh, I've missed one somewhere. Where are you? Oh, hello. Gotcha. Just out of range. Stealing their wallets, but don't even go up to them.
I counted every zombie I found, but I seem to have become disorganized.
Disorganized? Or confused? Do you suffer from short-term memory loss? We all suffer from short-term memory loss, just none of us know it. Alright, I could upgrade my stamina, but I think we're fine. I could purchase an M16, but it does less damage, so why would I want to? Okay, so now on the map we've got like 3 different areas that we can stay with, and it looks like we're actually trying to manage the threat levels as well. Yeah, one mission takes 1 day. Every day, danger in the areas becomes higher. The factory profit is available every day. Okay, so you've actually got like a little time management aspect to this as well. That's kind of cool. So you want to do recon and then build the towers so that they become a little more self-sustaining. That's a really neat idea, especially for this kind of game. Like, you're not just doing mission after mission back to back mindlessly. You actually have a certain amount of tactical nuance to going and targeting specific areas. That's kind of cool. Love the meme that the reason you have insomnia is that in games you can't go to sleep because there are enemies nearby. I love that as well. Makes me feel better about not being able to sleep sometimes. In a weird way. Okay, I was miles away from you. Also, I'm not sure what the little meter is that pops up every now and then.
Threat level is 1,590, which is quite high. Okay, come on. That was like a point-blank shot. Thank you. Get out of here. Whatever you're selling, I don't want any. Like, yes, but you want some Girl Scout cookies. I'm here to give you Girl Scout cookies. Beautiful. We are absolutely smashing our way through this. I am still waiting for, like, one of the levels that's going to give us a really big zombie horde. Reload. Beautiful. I'm guessing the thing is, like, it's either, like, a building threat meter with them hearing my presence, or it's just a combo meter. I can't tell. Stop throwing planks of wood at me. You guys are the worst zombies. Stop it! Sit! There we go. Okay. Beautiful. I got the threat level down. Our health is still fine. Recon the way. Done. Stop it! These have to be the most annoying zombies I think we've ever fought. Like, most of the time you're just trying to fend them off as they try and, you know, get close to you and melee you. These are the first ones I've ever fought that have dealt more damage to me by throwing various bits of debris at me than actually, you know, clawing or biting me. The threat meter is definitely for the difficulty of zombies that are currently spawned in. Kill one, the threat number goes down. Okay. That makes sense. Like, with the icon, I was like, it's probably a threat meter. Alright, hi. So we've got 3. So these ones don't pose any threat because the threat meter didn't even pop up. Let's see, it popped up at the end there. That's what's confusing me about. Like, why does it pop up after I've killed all the zombies? Hitting them closely together definitely generates extra money, though. And I love that idea of, like, oh, you know, it's all well and good that you killed like 100 zombies, but you didn't chain the kills together and do it in a stylish way, so we're not going to pay you as much. There's something kind of amusing about that. It feels like Just Cause would do something like that. There we go. Mamu, does it mean you have no enemy? You always just fall asleep instantly. That's a skill to have? Ooh, free money. Okay, I didn't realize that there was environmental destruction. I'm pretty sure there's a tile for that as well. Ow. Should have seen that coming. There is environmental destruction. Where is this main street thing that I was meant to be scouting? I feel like I went past it. Couldn't go any other direction. Was it up here somewhere? Did I... Oh, yep, this looks good. 60. There we go. So we've got to chain together to get up to 100 to actually get some money. Threat level's down to 50 now. Yeah, but well, can I imagine if I just blow up this tank by shooting at it? Alright, this is the part where I would really appreciate it if the game would give me a nice big glowing arrow to tell me where I'm supposed to be going. Because the walking speed is very slow. Also, I think I can blow that up, maybe. Yes. Hello. Goodbye. Okay. Still don't see anything here. There it is. Okay. That was surprisingly well hidden for a game that doesn't hide things.
I can't understand what moves these creatures. Some of them are calm, and some are aggressive.
Yeah, well, it just depends on how much you've peeved them off. Reconnaissance has been successful. The main strategic objects were found. Factory tower and street with the largest crowd of zombies. Level of danger decreased by 5%. Go me! Gray, even when I'm thinking about something, if I close my eyes for more than a minute, my brain's like, okay, time to switch everything off. I'm kind of the same. It usually takes me like between 5 and 10 minutes to fall asleep at night. There's a lot of people that I work with that are very jealous of that and say it's a superpower. Marley, you have game suggester blocking you. That's going to be tough. I mean, you can always redeem free space. That's what it's there for. Get you that bingo. Okay, so we managed to pull that threat level down. So I'm assuming there'll be one here we can do to, yes, capture a tower, and therefore the danger grows. The danger will grow slow. Not more slowly, it just grows slow. Costs us 500 to build it, but that's going to be worthwhile. And we'll get to do a tower defense thing after we have fixed the... Ooh, that was some lag. After we fix the generator. Alright. Goodbye. Goodbye. So I think we're going to start getting towards levels that have bigger swarms of enemies. We haven't died yet, but I do wonder what happens if you die. Okay. I should be able to kill things faster than this, even with a shotgun. Okay, yes, we hit the enraged thing, but that did nothing. Love it. Ah, free space costs 20, only have 19. You're so close. You are so close. Nope, can't destroy that. Okay, fine. I think you get a point like every 5 to 10 minutes or something. So you're going to be pretty close. Oh, this is what we want. Okay, let's fix the generator. It made a little dunk noise there that just immediately made me think of being on an aeroplane. When like the seatbelt sign comes on. Ding, ding. Okay. Oh, hello. Sit. That one started running away. There we go. Thank you for giving me plenty of time to reload by just staying on the ground. Excellent. Oi! Excuse you, that was almost finished. Did you have to? And now I've got to clean it. You got blood all over my generator. Jerk. Go on, get. Your fireman. Get out of here. We don't want your kind round here, son. Come on. See, at least I can use it for a little bit of crowd control. Just be like, all right, you sit down. Oh, he had the white cross on his head. Feel a little bit bad about that. There is one more zombie somewhere. See, I get a red arrow for that. He's over. Yeah. Perfect.
I found another packet of fast food. This food will kill me before the zombies do.
Wow. That's a statement on society. Tower control is set on the protected boundary. The area decreases the gross danger. I love that. Found packet of fast food. Yes, because fast food is notorious for being sold in packets. All right, so yeah, there we go. That one will get a factory, which gives us like generates income as well. We've got some additional abilities that we could purchase. Agility increases movement speed. Use it automatically. Yeah, thank goodness you'll need that. And then self-defense. Okay, so for an older game, like it's pretty solid. Let's go back to the main menu. I'm assuming that will have saved. Let's go back to game selection. I just want to really quickly look at the medieval one, because you can't do one of your 4 games not be with guns and have me not look at it. Oh my god. Incredible. Okay, let's do that. We've got 30 seconds. We're going to do it on normal. There's a cutscene. Yep, dark times, yada yada. Kill the things. Move and attack with QWERTY. I love that the voiceover still goes. Yeah. Tower, Final Masters, space attack position you consume with the bow. Okay.
I want you to
It's
go
taverns,
to the
build
old town
things.
that was designed-
Let's just go. Oh, you're friendly. I almost stabbed him. Be careful from here. Blah, blah, blah. Find the master. I've got a knife to shank things. Oh, you can climb the watchtower? Is that what's happening? Maybe? It's trying. No? What? Sometimes an animation plays, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, there we go. You just click, not hold. That's cool. You can go up watchtowers. Love it. Well, so much for getting to stab some people straight away. Weirdly enough, this reminds me of like really old school Baldur's Gate. Okay, you found me. Let's go back to the village. Oh god, I was like, oh no, it's an escort mission and he walks so slowly. I just want to see where things go wrong here. Do we do combat training montage? Let's enter the tavern. Oh, no, wait. Defeat enemies. What? Where? This way? Go get him. Put your knife in him. Yeah. Yeah. Classic gameplay at its best. I think my stamina went low. You get him, buddy. Peak gameplay. Also, he's not dead yet. I just knocked him over. Is there... Nope. Never mind. Can't get behind him. Stabby stab face. Yeah, don't get surrounded. See, this is what it was like living in medieval times. If you couldn't kill at least 10 zombies, you didn't get paid for the day. That's the reality. Okay, no, hitting them from behind doesn't do an auto knockover. Oh, incredible. Okay, it's more of the same, but with melee weapons. So, we hit our 30-minute mark, which means it is time to actually hold a poll for this one. Let me just bring it up. You guys can vote. Are we going to spin the wheel, or do you actually want to see more of this? Because, not bad. Not bad at all. What did I miss here? Yeah, Azerty recognized. You don't see Azerty controls too often. He was 2 feet away. He was 2 feet away, but he's also extremely short-sighted. He wasn't able to see that the tavern was in that direction. He needed someone to guide him. Yeah, so far away. He's probably also incredibly drunk, as most people were in this day and age. Yeah, no, of course they're unfazed about the zombies roaming around the village. They're just part of the local scenery. I mean, to be fair, if you were born and grew up knowing that there were zombies outside the village, why would you think it's weird? They've always been there. They will continue to always be there. Oh, wait. Did someone redeem free space? Did I miss it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I miss it? Let me check. Where are we? I can go to loyalty store, history. No. Gus called bingo. Sky. I missed Sky. Sky called out free space. How did I miss that? I've said it so many times. I swear I missed it. Also, oh, that's annoying. The thing from the tip jar disappeared. I thought that stayed there. No. Oh, don't tell me. Hang on. I'm going to have to test it. It might be because when you go between screens, it resets the tip jar. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that for next time. Oh yeah, see, it tried to drop them in again. It knows they're supposed to be there. Alright, I'll come back to that. So, Sky, you voted to do... you redeemed the free space. I'm assuming you were redeeming it for Marley because you're a kind soul and a wonderful person. So let's have a look for Marley's card to see what would have got them the right one. Okay, sure. Lemon Games is going nuts. This was Marley's card. Okay, recommender in chat. Yes, game suggester in chat. We should get you that one. Perfect. Okay, well, Sky redeemed it, so we can go ahead and mark that off. That just instantly gives Marley bingo. Perfect. So we've got release date after 2020, game suggester is in chat, upgrade system, trailer less than a minute, more than 20 achievements, and cutscene. Nice. All right, Marley gets onto the board. Let me fix that up. Marley gets 2 points, jumping you up to first place. Marley with 2 points. There we go. Now, what I will do, although we are at the end, I'm going to move it to the 7x7 just in case someone actually gets it instantly. We've got enough stuff on the board that someone might get it, and I don't want to have you lose your opportunity. So we'll clear and scramble. Schwaboom. There you go. Mark everything off. Let me know if you do get the 7x7. In the meantime, I will share my thoughts on this, but not on this screen. Go away. We'll go back to here. Cool. All right. So, Decision Legacy Collection. Obviously, we only really played Decision 1, but assuming that Decision 2, Medieval, Decision 3 all build upon that same formula, I was worried at first that it would be too simple. And I was wondering why it was called Decision when it is really just like a top-down zombie action-adventure style game. But to then layer in just that like little tactical element of choosing like which region to go to start building defenses, having like the day cycle so that the zombie intensity increases so that you can leave a mission and focus on other areas. And by the time you come back to it, the intensity is ramped up and you've got a lot more enemies to deal with. It's actually a really nice touch. And I think with the art style and the simplicity of the gameplay, it actually puts itself into a position where it's a game that you can tell is definitely old because it's lower resolution. It's in the, what's the word for? In the boxy aspect ratio. So you kind of know that it's an older game, but from a gameplay perspective, it still holds up really well. Even by today's standards. It's simple, yes, but it doesn't need to be exceedingly complex. It is a relatively short game, but everything that's in it works quite well. So it's not the kind of game that you're going to go and play if you're looking for a ton of depth, but it is pretty decent. Would you say the soundtrack or the game slaps? I would say the game slaps. I would not say the soundtrack slaps. The music is a bit generic and forgettable. I couldn't even tell you what the music in Decision sounded like. I could tell you maybe a little bit of what Medieval sounded like because I just heard it. But yeah, I can't tell you what Decision sounds like. Jazzy, you're 2 away on a couple of lines. Yeah, it's a good time killer. And actually, let me just remind myself what the price was. I think that's also going to determine it a little bit. It's about 15 Australian dollars full price, just a little under. I think picking it up on sale is definitely the way to go, especially if you already know that you enjoy this like very specific genre of game. You'll have a good time with it. I think there's nothing not to like if you enjoy the top-down perspective and zombie style games. It's a good classic, and it's been revived for a good reason. The soundtrack was something like do 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 do. Yeah, that's about it. It does have 4 games in it, to be fair. Yeah, so they're like less than $5 each if you think about it as a collection. So really can't complain about that. I personally would probably happily pay somewhere around the $10 mark, which is what I did pay for it on sale. I also know that I'm a bit more stingy when it comes to the money that I spend on games. Like, I look at some of the new AAA games that are coming out for $100+ and I go, I am never spending that much money on a game. Just, no, not worth it. Nice. Okay. So it looks like, unfortunately, no one got the 7x7 bingo, but a couple of people got close. Okay. I think we've got enough time for one more for today. So let's go back here. We are going to reset back to the 5x5. John was 2 away. Close. Close. I always say, look, if you're going to redeem, it's better to redeem for the 7x7 than anything else, because then you get more bang for your buck with the points, right? I'm just going to go delete all cards so we don't have extra spam in there. Perfect. That'll go to the 5x5. We're going to go back to the wheel. Decision Legacy Collection. Done. Last game for today. Let's see what we're playing. Ooh, it's Runa Lustra. Aha. This one is by one of the devs that's been in our Discord. Runa Illustra. I've been very curious about this game because it does some interesting things with magic. All right, Raven, the birds need some seed. You'll be back. I don't know if you are back yet. I don't know when you put that message in. Yeah, this dev was in the Discord. It looks like, unfortunately, it didn't get a lot of traction. They got 5 user reviews out of it, so maybe we can add one on after this. Okay. Giving Raven a chance to let me know if they are here, if they have popped out, because I don't know when they put up the placeholder text there. Maybe they'll catch up, maybe not. We'll find out. All right, so you guys can start marking off things, though. Oh, Raven, this game was made by a community. Yes, it was. Absolutely, it was. So we have less than 200 reviews for sure. It was released after 2020. It is the same developer and publisher. They have only made one game. It says that it's similar to Blueprints, and I'm just on principle going to disagree with that, because this is very different genre. It has been wishlisted by friends, and it has been purchased by a friend as well. Zari, you are a legend for supporting this dev. Bravest Phantom, you're back from work. Time to begin your walk home. Just make sure you're walking home safely, mate. That's the main thing. Hopefully you live in a good area where it's okay to be a bit distracted. Matey8 gonna go to sleep. Have a good night. Thank you very much for hanging out, Matey8. If you're watching this back later, hey, Matey8. Welcome back. You get to enjoy the last game. Not a Nick, your card sucks. Oh, I'm so sorry, mate. Let's have a look at the trailer. It is less than a minute. It is struggling to load. Here we go. So we've got some first-person magic casting. And it's through a rune system, which instantly gives me vibes of Arx Fatalis, which was an awesome game, but definitely older and buggier by today's standards. And this looks like it's using magic not for combat, but for some very interesting puzzle solving. Like, come on, that's cool. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so it's fully drawn runes. Those are some nice little hand animations. I'm not sold on the flannel shirt yet, though. Like, out of all the things, like, if you're going to make me a powerful mage, don't make me wear a flannel shirt. Like, at least give me some wizard robes. Bravest Phantom, you do. At least this is less distracting than Fire Emblem when you walk home. I mean, that's fair. There's less thinking involved with watching something than playing a game. All right, so yes, trailer is less than a minute. We do have a demo. The game is more than $10. It is $14.50. It has had an update, yes, because we had a tutorial update, so the game has been updated. We have GIFs in the description. The actual description here: the pen is your magic wand. Draw runes to cast various spells and solve intricate puzzles in this first-person puzzle adventure set in a world trapped within a magical book. Ah, okay, that's kind of cute. We do not have the word unique. Oh my god, we have 3 for 3, or 0 for 3 on finding the word unique. See, achievements, we only have 12. We don't get that one. It doesn't look like we've got Steam trading cards. We do have a YouTube linked for Marco Ronzilli. The only video there is the trailer. It got 500 views. Not bad. But that's cool. We've got the dev YouTube channel. We don't have a dev website, though, and no, X does not count. We don't know about Steam Deck compatibility. AI was used to create the capsules for the game's store page. Okay, so there is a small amount of AI that's been used, but yes, I do believe they're a solo dev. Yeah, they used AI for the thumbnail, but it looks like nothing in the game itself is AI. What do you mean flannel shirts rock? Yeah, they don't make me feel like a powerful magician, you know what I mean? Raven eating a Jello cup with no spoon. Yes, squeeze. It'll be fine. Since we wear flannel in this game, headcanon for this is now that the main character is a lumberjack and moonlights as an all-powerful mage. Well, I think they're actually just an author. And, you know, that's not far from the mark. All right, we could play just the demo, but I want to support the dev, so we are going to purchase the game. Which means I'm putting you guys over to the holding screen, have a crack at Wordle. Give you some background music. We'll go to this one. That one's too slow. That's more like it. All right, let's get this purchased and installed. Alrighty. Hopefully we'll be able to do this game justice, because I know the devs were very excited about the full release of their game for what I saw over on the Discord. Right, install. Apologies if the stream gets laggy. It's going to happen. Someone should ping them on the Discord as well, see if they're awake. Let's see. The download size is 2.6 gig. Ooh, this is a hefty one. But it means we get the tile. And it gives me an opportunity to finish my cup of tea that I've been slowly drinking since the start of the stream. Yay for lag! I'm sorry that I can't do anything about it. If it helps, the game is like 50% done on the download already. Even lagging from there. That gives me a chance to go over to Twitch and get the game updated. We're playing Runa Illustra. Yep, updated. Oh, the title didn't update. That's annoying. It says I'm playing something that I'm not. I updated it in Streamlabs, but it didn't update it over on Twitch. Disappointing. What's funny though is that even though the stream is lagging, it still says the health of it is live with an excellent connection. So I have no idea why it struggles so much. Ah, you've got yourself an interesting Wordle there. It could be something as simple as shout. S-H-O-U. It could also have a double O. That's sometimes a little bit tricky to tell. All right, there we go. That's done. That is installed. The stream should catch back up now. Give it a second. All right, we're good. Now, the other thing I can do while this is going is I need to add the tip jar to this screen. And we'll see if that actually makes it persist. No, not that. Wrong one. It is, I think it's just called the jar. The jar. or as we will call it, the bin. Okay, yep, I don't really know that. You're not going to be able to see it because of the background. I'm even going to put it up here. Okay, that's interesting. It didn't try to put the things in it. Oh, it wasn't shout. I'm sorry. I've betrayed you. How are we going to fix this later? Always annoying when things don't quite work the way I thought they were going to work. Oh, what can you do? We just have to keep track of it manually. Mamu, back with a meal. Mamu, hopefully you can help us get this Wordle as well. We're a little bit stuck. Yeah, it was never going to be shoot because we already knew it hasn't got a T in it now. Gus, your stream didn't update. No. That's okay. Hopefully you're all back now and we're looking okay. What is that word going to be? S-H-O something. It's not a U. There's no U's. It's not a double O. So it has to just be consonants at the end? We've used all the other vowels. It was showing. Nice. Well done. Great guess, whoever that was. All right, let's jump back to here. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening with the tip jar and why it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. I think even if I... Yeah, I can't even refresh it on there. It was meant to just store the things that land in it. See, there we go. Hang on, let's test this. That fell out, which means I can't test it properly. Hang on, let's try that again. I'm trying to get it to, like, re-trigger. No? That doesn't do it. I guess sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. That's so strange. Oh, no. Thought I saw it was going. It wasn't going. I flick back and forward. Sorry, I'm experimenting with something live. We'll get back to the game in a second. I just don't want to invalidate Mediate's donation earlier today. But it seems like we don't have a choice. Do a test one. Let's see what happens. Hang on. If someone were to do a membership.
Kevin donated $24 to the war funds.
Okay.
This is a test super
There's a test one. I'm assuming you guys can see that. Okay, so that landed in there. If I go to here, it's still in there. Okay, let's see if that persists or if it does get deleted at some point. You guys have to tell me if that ever vanishes from the tip jar. Oh god, this is silly. Oh, what I missed there? Oh, it was Bravest Phantom got it. Good job. Someone said it earlier than when it was said, but it was right as shoot was said. Oh, okay, so it missed out there. Might vanish when the stream ends. Okay, so what I might need to do is just keep a tally of how many things land in it in between streams. We'll sum it all up at the end of the month, and that we'll use to determine how many prizes we give out. At least we've got one in there for now. All right, on that note, let's get into our final game for today, Runa Illustra. I've got high hopes. I really do. I want this game to be good. Okay, strong first impressions. Got a little bit of, I'm going to bump up the music just a little. Yeah, about there. Nice. Okay. Good opening menu. Very ambient. Very heavily leaning into like the mysticism and magic theme. We're here for it. All right. Settings first. It starts in windowed full screen mode. That's great. I love that. It did not detect the correct resolution. That's okay. We can fix that. Global illumination, anti-aliasing. We'll just apply that. We're good. Field of view, motion blur was always off. Oh. Wrong button. FPS limit, that's fine. VSync is on. Not much. Oh, no, here we go. Here's the rest of the graphics. We can go up to epic levels. Heck yes. Audio. Separate sound sliders. Yes. Ah, you love to see it. Okay, and works the way that I would expect it to work as well. Lovely. Accessibility. We have accessibility. We are actually doing good. Colorblind support, show inputs, spell names, first time drawing only. You can change it to a simple font if you can't read the stylized one. Thank you, that's great. Love seeing some accessibility. Controls, rebindable keys. Ah, yes. I am in settings heaven right now. We've also got mouse sensitivity, invert. No, we found a typo. That's not how you spell axis. Should be AXIS. Love the font option because that default font is horrible for my dyslexia. And that's why I'm so glad that it's in there. Your stream sequence series makes me appreciate a good title screen and options menu. Didn't know how good we have it until now. It's not until you get a truly awful settings menu that you realize what a good one should look like and why it's important. Yeah, I'm happy with just having a good settings menu because it gives a level of customization and it makes your game accessible and playable by more people. There is a subset of people out there that cannot play a game unless it gives you the option for inverted controls for camera movement. Thankfully, I'm not one of those people. I was for a while and then I unlearned it. So to always like include those kind of options just means that a greater pool of people will be able to play your game. So having more in your settings is always a good thing. And it's all presented really nicely as well. Separate tabs on the side. All of it is very thematic with the game, with this book as well. Like, it's not just default gray boxes with toggle options in them. They've gone and put some effort into this, and I appreciate that. So thank you, devs. We do have credits. It is created by Marco using Unreal Engine. Special thanks to my family for their support and for being my first playtesters, especially my sister whose feedback and encouragement meant the world. To my university teacher who believed in this game even in its earliest stages and inspired me to keep pushing forward. And to you, the player, thank you for taking the time to experience this game. I hope you enjoyed the adventure as much as I enjoyed creating it. I hope I do as well. Music is not an original soundtrack. It's all been credited to different people because they don't have anyone in the actual credits. As far as I can tell, I could be misinterpreting it, but to me, it looks like these are songs taken from specific other people that they're crediting. Same as sound effects. Yeah, okay. But it seems like they have selected their music quite well so far. The main menu theme suits the mood and the tone very nicely. Triples. Yeah, so they've used a lot of resources from elsewhere, and that's totally fine as long as it's pulled together in an authentic way. We also have language options, which I'm surprised we don't have as a time. We probably should at some point. Does it count as an engine logo? Where did we see it? Just the fact that it mentioned it? You know what? Yeah, I'll give that. I'll give that as an engine logo. So we've got credits found and we've got the engine logo. We'll give that. I'm always happy to flex on those things. New game. 30 minutes on the clock. Sky's redeeming free space. We have a cutscene. I can't skip it. We'll come back to you in a second. Ooh, this is a cool... Like, look, this is really just setting the narrative, everything. Love this. Buick, welcome. How you doing? Okay, we found the book. I'll come back to things in just a second. I can't pause the cutscene. It's in Australia. Right in... That's pretty close to Adelaide. I don't think we have ruins like this in Australia. Just saying. Okay. Squeeze our way through. Look, it's not even a poorly disguised loading screen. Actually, Sky, I wonder if that was just incredibly delayed from when you did it before and it didn't. Okay, yep, we just yeeted ourselves into a well. Perfect. That makes all of the sense. Okay, and we discover this ancient building. Oh, it's very pretty. Love that effect on the ceiling. Yeah, I think that was Marley's one. Okay. Oh, to shift a little third-person perspective. That's interesting. I don't know if the third-person shift was necessary there. You could have just gone straight in from first person, but then I guess you wouldn't be able to see the book close and whatnot, so I get it. And we awaken. And I have a book. Okay, first things first, mouse sensitivity is way too high. All right, we'll fix that in a second. Let me just come back up. What did I miss? Fiuk, thank you very much for the $2 from Fiuk's Card Expo. Have more money, sir. Thank you. That's very, very kind. Can someone please just double check for me? Did it play the animation with putting it into the tip jar? Or because I couldn't look away. I didn't want to miss anything in the cutscene. I may have missed it, but I'm sure you guys can just go backwards slightly and make sure it did what it was supposed to do. I'm assuming that it missed the bit in the middle. Bravest, I'm definitely going to be much more alert now, while also hoping that I just heard a car backfiring and not something else. Yeah, maybe just listen to the audio for a minute, Bravest, while you're on your way home. Keep eyes around you just in case. Is that redeem something for everyone too? Anytime a free tile is called, the free tile is for everyone, and if someone redeems something, it is for everyone. However, that was just a delayed redeem, so we're not counting it for this bingo chart. Yeah, it was definitely a little bit buggy. I'm pretty sure that was the old one. It did everything miss. That's unfortunate. Sorry, Fiok. It was a valiant effort. The demo uses a custom level, so all this would be new to me. That's fun. Okay, that's kind of cool. That is very cool. I love that little intro. I love that you put it in Australia for the fun of it.
Fiuk's Card Expo donated $2 Canadian
Fiuk,
to
really?
war funds.
Oh my god, you're incredible. All right, hang on. I'm watching it this time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We got 1 in. That counts. All right, we've managed to get 2 in there. Thank you, Fiuk. You're now gambling to help everyone. If you missed it at the start of the stream, when we get enough of those into the little thing, it means we're going to be giving away more money at the start of the next month. So that's perfect. We got 2 in there now. You're incredible, though. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And best of luck with all your work stuff. Hopefully it's a good day for you. Let's put the mouse sensitivity right down. Like a 0.3 or something. Let's just see how that goes. Oh yeah, that's better. That's gonna make you guys feel a little less motion sick. Okay, head bobbing movement. We have a sprint button. We do have sprint. We don't have a jump. Very unfortunate. But we do have water with reflections. Okay. Loving the vibes this is giving off already. Puzzle, but kind of surreal. All right, let's follow the white brick road. Oh, we have hands for a running animation. Oh, whatever that is, we can't get through. Let's go find somewhere that we can go then. And yes, I'm going to stick to the path. You give me a path, I'm going to follow it. It's just the kind of person that I am. I also do love like the little statues and things dotted around. It helps to make a space feel a bit more like lived in and believable than just grass and trees. Although why there is a grave over here, I don't know. The only thing I will say is it feels like the render distance is a bit short. Like I can see those trees are LODs already, replacing the 3D model. And you can see that the vegetation is a lot more sparse there than it is up here. So I don't think there was a setting for that in the graphics quality. Yeah, the view distance is set to epic. That's as high as it goes. So Yeah, I was hoping for a bit more because this game could look quite pretty, but I'm guessing they're trying to make it work well on low-end machines. F. Well, F you, I guess. All right, what do we got? Okay. Magical thing. See, I'm slightly disappointed that the beam didn't go into the, like, triangle thing. And it just went into the gate. Missed opportunity. All right, do we have falling damage? No, but that doesn't count as a jump. I didn't go up before I went down, so it doesn't count. Okay, white. I would argue that's maybe more of like a smoky gray, but sure. Portal away! If those slopes are to avoid figuring out stairs, so valid, yeah. Okay. Ye old western. Okay. That usually means don't go that way. Tab to draw. This is the draw menu. Okay, we have a tutorial where you create the magic circles needed to cast spells. Sure. On the right, you'll see a button for each spell you've unlocked. Clicking one will display its drawing pattern. Fire. On the left is the drawing area. If a line turns red, it means the drawing wasn't recognized. Okay, so I can zoop, zoop, zoop. When confirming, incorrect drawings will be erased. Correct ones will be saved to the selected spell slot. That's a weird spacing here. Might want to fix up that typo. You can switch between spell slots before opening the draw menu by pressing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, so you can save spells in slots, but then you still have to draw them afterwards? I'm guessing? Okay. Boom. Okay, spell guide, fire, the most basic spell with the fire element. Left click, shoot fire in front of you. The range is very short and will last for a short time. Okay. Okay, no, so as long as I've got it saved, I can keep using it. I don't have to draw it every time. That is kind of nice. I appreciate that, because games like Arx Fatalis, anytime you wanted to cast a spell, you had to redraw the rune. And casting spells would consume magic as well. So the fact that you're allowing me to just basically have 4 different spells and change between them by redrawing them, that's kind of cool. I like that. I can... Oh, okay, because there's no jump. You press a button to get in and out of it. Okay. Can I burn this? No. See, game, you taught me I could burn some things, but not everything. That makes me a little bit sad. Also, are there invisible walls? Is there anything this way? Because you very clearly told me that I need to go this way. Ah, we have invisible walls. I'm going to count these pre-save spells as an inventory. So go ahead and mark that. Also, I'm pretty sure we have magic as a tile. If you haven't marked magic off, what are you doing? Can I Skyrim my way up the wall? Need to check for any kind of out of bounds nonsense that we can do. I think they've been pretty good with it. Because I can't jump. There's only so much that I can do. Sometimes you can just find like a little seam and work your way up. Doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, cool. No easy out of bounds nonsense anyway. Let's go. Can I burn this? Boo! But I will count that as destructible environment. Technically, we did have that before. We've got destructible environment. Ah, I can turn them red. Okay. Press H at any time to open the spell guide. Yep. Well, we saw that already. You need... Okay, sure, that works. Sky is redeeming free space. What are you redeeming, Sky? It's Mamamoo. It's really random, but the drawing thing reminds me of Pokemon Ranger Sign Guardian. I'm just going to have to trust you on that, because I've heard of the Pokemon Ranger games, but I've never played them. But yeah, it definitely counts as destructible environment. Sky is redeeming something. Unless that was still the old one. It did take my points for the other one, also just redeemed again. Health, please. All right. Yeah, no, it did take your points for the other one, but it should have only taken it once. If it's taken your points 3 times, I will refund one of them. It should only have taken points twice for you. Refresh this so I can have a look. It's only taken points from you twice. No, I stand corrected. It has taken points from you 3 times, even though you've only redeemed it twice. So that's cool. I'll refund one of those for you. There you go. That is done. And you have called health. I'm assuming that you are also calling bingo on that one. We can close that. Sky, yeah, there we go. Sky has got game engine logo, borderless full screen, less than 200 reviews, redeem something, and health. Nice. Yeah, everything's just being broken for some weird reason. I'm wondering if it's because it's the integration with Twitch is just a little funky. Hard to say. There we go. That works properly. Although it's not playing the right animation, but sure. Okay. The bingo worked. Let's grab you your points. 1 point there. And get you onto the leaderboard. Did I stop the timer? I did stop the timer. Good. Go me. I'm remembering things. Sky is on the board. 1 point. Beautiful. And we will move to the 6x6. We've got enough stuff on here that someone might get the 6x6 straight away. It could happen. In Ranger, you draw circles inside of Pokemon to trap them? Oh, around them. Gotcha. Okay, around Pokemon. That makes more sense. Scramble and clear. Waboom. There we go. Good luck. Let's see if someone gets the 6x6. Sounds like we're overdue for a new Pokemon Ranger game. Alright, so we press the thing and that opened that gate. We restart our timer. Still got 20 minutes. Let's see how far we can get. That is apparently an invisible wall. Okay. That would be the little bit of feedback I would have for the devs. If you're going to put an invisible wall in because it requires a mechanic like going, I guess, through on this thing? Guessing? Press the thing. Did not go? I was assuming it would make this move. Ah, there we go. I had to do it a couple of times. Have like a little barrier down here that the cart needs to break through on its way. Rather than just having an empty space, because it looks like you should be able to walk through it. There's nothing that justifies needing to use the cart to progress through. Like, from a game perspective, I get it. But from a world perspective, it doesn't make sense. And that pulls people out of getting immersed in the game because they're going, oh, it's just a game. Rather than be like, oh, this is a believable world with some interesting things happening in it. Okay, we can open that. Tutorial. Throughout the world, you'll find panels like this one. They're used to open doors, activate mechanisms, and more. The activated panel match the colors of the symbols to the color bar. The background behind each symbol shows its current color. Match the color of the symbols to the color bar. Oh, we've got another free space redemption. Okay, we're pausing. That was quick. What did I miss there? Too much carpal tunnel with Pokemon Ranger. Yeah, but carpal tunnel is part of the experience. Your only fear is that it would get the super mystery dungeon treatment of essentially just feeling like a cash grab off name recognition. I mean, that's all of Pokemon, isn't it? For correct controller glyphs. Okay, Raven, please add correct controller glyphs to the list. That is on there now. Perfect. And we're redeeming bingo as well. Perfect. So let's have a look. Where is Mamamoo? Down here. Mamamoo got correct controller clips. Only made one game. Dev YouTube channel. Release date after 2020. Cutscene. Stop it. That was pretty clean, Mamamoo. Pretty clean. Well done. That gets you the 6x6 and 2 bingo points. Mamamoo. There we go. 2 bingo points there. Jumps you up into second place. Absolutely legendary. No one's got the 7x7 yet for this stream, but maybe that's about to change. Mamamoo with 2 points. That's too many M's. There's a lot of M's in Mamamoo. All right, perfect. You've got your 2 points. We're going to come back over here, switch this to the 7x7. Oh, it's a big stretch, Stella. Okay, and make sure we've got the center space. Right, that should all be updated. Perfect. Have at the 7x7. I can't see the chat anymore. Good luck. She just likes to come up and sit in front of my computer screen. Just how she does things. All right, 18 minutes left. Each symbol is linked to an object nearby. Find them and use your spells to change their color. To cast spells, you first need to draw them. Yep, do that. Okay, so we have to get the symbols to match the color. Yes? Yes. Okay. We've seen the... Okay, so we're just building into the tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and say good tutorial as well. So this shows us that we need... Yeah, so the moon is currently red, and we need all of them to be red. So we have to find the circle and the little symbol, which, funnily enough, is these things. Boom, and boom. And then that opens. So what do these do? It also activates the thing at the bottom. Oh, it cycles through colors. Okay, it makes it go blue. And then back to red. It's kind of neat. But I like that very early on they're teaching crystals interact with magic. These are going to become a core mechanic. Okay, what else is down here? And I do appreciate that they have like a little bit of ambient lighting around them as well. Okay, so for this, I actually need the little brackets and the 3 dots to be green. Oh. No, that's wrong. I need all of them to be yellow. I'm an idiot. I know how puzzles work. I need everything to be yellow. Okay, and that's actually good tutorial design because it's showing, well, you can use your ability on them directly. Oh, there we go. But you can also interact with them in this way. So it's forcing you to do the 2 different types of interactions in order to proceed. Okay, both of these are white. Yep, and then a reminder, you can just do it directly. Hi. Hi, Stella. I'm sorry, I'm not paying you enough attention, am I? Okay. Where are we going now? We did that one. We're going this way. I'm assuming we can't go through here without, yep, another one of these. Oh, okay, we just did like a little loop back around. We've activated this, opened the door, and now we 1, 2, 3, and choo-choo! Away we go. Our little fire-powered minecart. It's cute. Okay. Ah, and now we've got a whole bunch of unaspected crystals. What happens if I flame it? Flame on! Ah, they're too impure. We can change those ones, but not the others. If the desired color is black, any color is valid, but all symbols always have to be the same color. Okay, well, I can only make this red, so I presumably have to make this red as well. Which I can do like this. Yes. Stella, where are you going? There's nothing over there for you. Hey, sit in my lap for a minute. Solid maybe. Lap's not bad. Where was I going? I saw a little thing on the side that looked like a door. It's not a door. I would say so far the background music is pleasant. Okay, so all of these want black as well, which means I have to make them all the same color. That should be relatively easy. We just do a bunch of this. Can't burn that. Wait, what symbols is it referring to? There's a 3-dot one somewhere? I have not seen a 3-dot one anywhere. I had 3 dots and I were a crystal. Where would I be? Interesting. Am I blind? Quite possibly. Hang on. Is it in? It's in there. Okay, but I don't have any other spells. How am I meant to do that then? I can't get through there. I can't get through there. This requires all 3 to be red. And this requires both of them to be red, but they both need the one with 3 dots. And the one with 3 dots is in there. It doesn't have enough range to activate any of that. There meant to be a different way that I get around to there? That needs the 3 dots as well. Oop, okay, bye. Wendy, hello, welcome. You've come in right towards the end of the stream. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Richard said goodbye, I'm guessing. I must have missed it. Oh yeah, gotta go. Enjoy the rest of the game. Have a great night to everyone. Thank you for being here, Richard. Appreciate it. What am I missing here, guys? I feel like I am an idiot. I can't go up this way. That's where we came from. There's an invisible wall there. Can't go that way. This is just a wall of crystals that I can't interact with. I only have the one spell, which is this little fire thing. Something gonna happen if I light up all of these. Let's find out. Let's just light them all up. That's the room where I came from. Can't get to those ones. Sweet, that did a whole bunch of nothing. What? Oh, good point. Duh. Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. I just need to make them all green. Thank you. I'm stupid. There we go. So used to being in the habit of just make everything red. Ah, but this one only cycles between red and blue. So that one's going to need to stay red. Until I can go in and make this one red. There we go. And then we make this one red again. Turns out I am just dumb. Okay. Progress. You love to see it. Oh, just Grail learns a mechanic and then instantly forgets it. Okay, so to get this, we need the little square one and the hourglass to be the same color. Hourglass is in there. Which we can't get into, but it is currently green. What colors is this one cycle? That goes green. Perfect. Just make you red. That closes that door, opens that door. Oh, I see. And then to get in here, we need all of them to be the same color, but I can now just loop around and make that other one red. Job done. Okay. Beautiful. We're learning. Wonder how many different abilities we're going to get. Because I will say, that's the only thing that I'm kind of disappointed in so far, is that I haven't found a new spell yet. Like, the puzzle mechanics are nice, but I'm playing this game because I want magical abilities, so give me magical abilities. I want to solve my puzzles not with logic, but with sheer spell power. You can't just tease me with magic. Okay. We need to make... Why is... Oh. Okay, thank you. Helpful arrow. I can't reach that. Okay. I have been trapped. This is my doom. My destiny. My demise. Okay, circle with a line and moon, which is you. But the moon is up there, so actually we need to see if we can change things to green. Do you have a green option? You do. You do? What about you? Don't tell me you don't go green. Okay, then we're good. But they all need to be red to open that, so that was not particularly useful. How do I make you red? You're too far away and I can't jump. I've got short, stubby little legs. Oh, I could get into here at least. Right when I said I wanted a new spell. Alright. Fireball. Ah, I like that it builds off the base of fire. I also can't draw with the mouse. There we go. Confirm. Okay. Have the fireball. Shoot a fireball in front of you. It's not affected by gravity, so it will move on a straight line. Slow cast speed. You can cast it while you're moving. Alright. How do I assign it to a thing? No. Oh. Ah, I have to change what I've got selected there, I think. Okay. Fire. No. Fire. Confirm. No. Do I need to redraw it? Confirm. Aha! There we go. So I've got it saved to a page and I can use the scroll wheel to move through them. That, I think, is a little poorly explained. It's a bit fiddly. But it works. So now I can change everything red. That's a nice little animation. Look at that. Summon it. Fire it. I missed. Ignore that last one. Okay. Look at this animation. It's fantastic. You love it. We're just going to pretend that previous one didn't happen. There we go. Okay. Right. We need both of these to be the same color. Not on the roof. So we need circle and the one which was the square. Was that the one where they way back at the start? That door's closed. We can't get through there. Ah, but we know it's green, so we just need to change the color of this one. Yeah, there we go. Aha. Interesting. Needs all of them to be the same color as well. I'm already lost. What does this want? It needs to be yellow. There's a 3-dot one somewhere. Can I make you yellow? I can. This gets us presumably, yep, all the way through as far as we can go. So to get this one to work, this door's going to close when I change it. So I think I have to use the fireball from here. Wrong one. Fireball from here. That I am on the right side of the door when it changes. Yep. There we go. Then we hit that one. Okay, that opens all those. And now I can just start changing everything to red. Oh dear. Okay, we'll change this one back for now. Yep. This is why we need the ranged attack. Change you. Bonk. What do you need? Oh, you just need that one. Okay. Well, I can do that. Excellent. You need everything to be... Why? Back in here, do you even have cyan as an option? That's blue, yellow. You don't. Did it need cyan or just blue? It was here, right? Okay, I can't make it cyan. That's not a thing that I can do. I can do this one now. Hiya! Fireball! Oh. That's fine. Alright, well, I'm guessing that's something you're meant to come back for. Maybe I'm wrong. That's okay. We're here just to keep moving. There we go. Alright. What did I miss there? Sounds like you have a problem. The spell Fireball can fix permanently rather than temporarily. It does. Absolutely. Fireball is the solution to many, many problems. Okay. Pedestal in there. That's just teasing us with hitting it. Plenty of red crystals around being like, hey, do the thing. Right. Number one. Make that red. And then we're going to shoot a fireball through here. I said we're going to shoot a fireball. We're going to shoot a fireball. We're going to shoot a fireball. We are going to shoot. Okay, fine. I get the message. Doesn't work. What do you do? You shoot a fireball. Got it. Okay. Does finding spells count as an upgrade system? Yes. Yes, it does. You can 100% argue that this fireball is better than the last one. Has been upgraded. Okay, what are you? Oh. Interesting. You change ones nearby. Okay, so a pointy crystal on that kind of podium is going to shoot and only has one off. And this does like a little area of effect around it. Weird glassy texture. Okay. You do. I didn't see. Oh, it rotates the crystal in there. Interesting. Okay, so I can point it at any of those three. And then I use this to trigger it. Okay, and I need the double circle and the Deathly Hallow symbol. I think it's the Deathly Hallow symbol. That's pretty close to it. So, yes, the one that's carrying it. Now, if I do just a small fire, does it do the small fire? Does it? It does! It just mimics it. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Fireball! Fireball! Beautiful. Gonna rotate that. And then fireball! See? Fireballs solve all the problems. Yeah, what's better than fire? Fire that moves. 100% agree. Sky redeeming another free space in the last 30 seconds. Whoa! Realize I don't know if there's rules on redeeming free spaces. Wait until the last minute in case anyone else got the bingo. Feel free to refund though. If 2 free spaces in one game is too much. Nope, you can use them as often as you want. That's why we've got points. Bravest Phantom, feel like I'm making better time tonight than normal on my way home. Either that or I left work before 8:30 and just thought it was 8:30 because my brain is mush from pressing t-shirts for 9.5 hours. That is a long time to be pressing shirts, Bravest Phantom. Good lord. I hope you get some decent breaks in the middle of that. I feel like that could get quite repetitive, but hopefully you enjoy it. I imagine there's a nice creative aspect to it. But no, Sky, you can redeem free spaces as often as you want. We give you points for a reason, so why not spend them? And in this case, what are you using yours on? Stella, please don't eat any of my cords. I need those. What are we redeeming, Sky? Yeah, definitely deserve a good rest after your day, Bravest. Hopefully it doesn't take you too long to get home. Sounds like it's a decent walk. Am I just missing the message from Sky? All right, we can jump over and have a look at their card. It might be obvious what they're wanting to redeem. Sky, there we are. Whoa! Okay, there's a lot going on here. Unique in the description. You stopped reading the last message right before I did too. Sorry, reading comprehension is bad today. Otherwise, unique in description, please, and then bingo. Fair enough. Unique in the description. Where is that for you? Unless you've already marked it off. Yes, you did, because you've got your line here. Similar games unrelated. Release date after 2020. Yep, store page has gifts. Good tutorial. Purchased by Steam friend. Unique in description. And developer YouTube channel. Absolutely smashed it. Well done, Sky. You did well today. That is 3 bingo points for you. Bring you up to a total of 4. Holy cow. Taking a very strong lead. Okay, leaderboard. Sky jumps up to 4 points. Means we move them to the top of the list. Wabam! There we go. Glorious. Love to see it. All right, and that means we can wipe the bingo because that is done for today. We only have 30 seconds left in this game anyway. Fireball. That was unintentional, but fireball. Okay, this one needs... Oh, that just needs that to change color. Well, we can do that. Let's just rotate him back around. 2, 3. Hit you with a fireball again. There we go. Solve the puzzle. And boom, and boom. Okay. Well... I didn't want that. What? You tricked me! Absolute troll of a game. I just wanted to see what was through there. Okay, you can rotate it while it's charging up. That's kind of funny. That's a good question. Will they make an infinite loop if they're aimed at each other? We will test that in a second. Hang on. We'll activate this thing. Boom and boom. Activate that. Yeah, let's see what happens if they shoot at each other. Go. Go. Aw, it's misaligned. It hits the wall. Can't even see through there. But yeah, it doesn't... It's either misaligned or like one is slightly more raised than the other. But that's just a boo. Okay. And this needs the other two to be green. Okay, so I have to activate it from this side of the door. And I kind of like puzzles that do that because it's like, okay, set everything up where it needs to be and then you're good to go. So we rotate this so that it points towards that. We get over here, we shoot the fireball. It will do all the things it needs to do. And open this door for us. See? Easy peasy. And then this one needs those two to be red. Well, I can just do that manually now. That one. Fireball over there. Opens that door. Alright, just want to see, like, is this the end? Or, like, how much further does this go on? Because I feel like, you know, it's given me multiple spells for this. They've started to layer some of the mechanics really nicely. Oh, okay. We've at least got some different music down here. Ah! Okay, cool. Would have liked to have seen some of this earlier. Very neat. We hop out of our little minecart. None of this is to be explored, but oh, there is a thing down there. Okay, what do you do? Come on, game. Impress me. Open a door. That did not impress me. And then we get another puzzle. Okay. I'm in a very mixed place about this game, which is unfortunate, because I really wanted to like this a lot, but I can't say that I do, if I'm being honest. And I think that's simply because it feels like it missed the mark in terms of its potential. You had a great opening cutscene, building a little bit of mystery, showing like ancient civilization, finding a magical book and stumbling into this alternate dimension or magical world or wherever we are. You put us into this like open area where clearly we're going to be diving into other levels to learn things, but it's got like this interconnected world, right? It's all like bright and magical. And then in the first area, you take all of that openness away from the player and make it a very linear path. And your use of magic boils down to activate crystals. And essentially what's happened is you've turned what should be a powerful feeling magical spell system into press buttons to activate things. And that's kind of disappointing. And it feels like I've been rug pulled a little bit on the premise, which I really hate having to say. Maybe the other tutorials make up for it. Some of the things I saw in the trailer, like with the wind spells for momentum, look really interesting. But the reality is that if you give me magic, I don't want to just be activating buttons. The very first thing you do with the fire spell is you use it to burn down a wall. And what is fire for? Many things, one of which is destruction. If these were like little physics-based puzzles of knock this thing down and it will make a path, or roll a bowl through an area to then like activate things and you like burning things out of the way, or you're trying to solve a puzzle and there's like cloth covering a thing and you need to use fire to burn it to reveal the symbol behind it. Like, there's so many other ways that you could have used fire that leans into the nature of fire itself. That's not this. I like the little bit of world building that was going on in that last area with like the fire and the lava. Like, it makes it feel like this is some kind of sanctum for fire. But it should be, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's being celebrated in the right way. And as an early game mechanic, this isn't introducing anything that a player hasn't seen before in other games. Like this button press puzzle solving, do things in the right sequence mechanic, we've seen elsewhere. In fact, one of the games that I played on Steam Sequence ages ago lent into that quite a lot as well. God, what was it called? I am going to have to look this up. It was a first-person, logic-based puzzle game with some, like, time-bending mechanics. What was it that we played? Oh, gosh. How far back do I have to go to try and find it? It was well before those. Well before those. What am I looking for? It was after that. Around this area somewhere. Goku. I feel like it was still in this area. Test. That was it. Test expected behavior. That was the one that I'm thinking of, which is first-person puzzle game, very logic-based, but it uses like gravity and time manipulation mechanics. I would suggest watching that one because I think you could learn a bit. It's unfortunate where we've got some interesting mechanics, but the puzzle design around it don't utilize it in the right way. I think this actually would have been enhanced by having it be more puzzle platforming than just straight puzzles. Give the player some kind of movement ability early on as well, and use angles to make it so that they have to be in the right position to fire projectiles to destroy things, to then allow them to move through to the next area, and have the progression be related to exploration rather than the puzzle design themselves. That would be the direction I would want to take it in. And maybe you do more of that in other areas and move away from this core mechanic. But especially after even like the few areas that have been through so far, this specific mechanic feels like it's overstayed its welcome. And I would be really interested to know from the metrics that you have on your side, what percentage of players actually get through this first fire-themed area and then play through the subsequent ones to the end. I would suspect that you would probably have a large drop-off in this first area, simply because we're being presented with this interesting premise of having all these different spells to be able to cast that are used with this drawing mechanic. You're showing off like destructible environments and movement and things like that, but when you get into the actual game, we don't get access to it, and that's the part that as a player I'm interested in. And having it only be introduced like an hour or two into the game feels a bit rough. So I hope this doesn't come across as too harsh. I'm assuming you might watch this at some point in the future. I hope it is constructive and gives you some ideas on where to go with it, because I think the core mechanic of learning spells and then drawing them is kind of cool. In a weird way, I do wish you'd taken the Arx Fatalis mentality of actually having to cast it every time, like to redraw it every time that you want to cast it. Because, you know, this mechanic here being like, okay, draw the thing, and then it gets added is kind of cool, except that the game already tells you what the symbol is that you need, and you can look it up at any time to see the template like this. Yeah, it's just... I'm unfortunately underwhelmed. I wanted more out of this game. I might go back and play a little bit more of it in my own time just to see if it develops further and to be able to give you a little bit more critique and honest thoughts on it. But I think the unfortunate reality is that the first impressions will put off a lot of people from getting through the bulk of the game, and that is a shame, because I do still get the sense that there is something interesting underneath the surface of this. So yeah, I might go back and play a little bit more later to share some more thoughts, but that's where we are for now. Thank you though for submitting your game to be played, because I am still glad that I was able to jump in, have a look, and showcase some of the things that it does. In fact, yeah, we can see, yeah, 100% of people get the first one, the first achievement. Just to be sure, shoot a crystal 10 times in a row without changing its color. Bonfire lit, it doesn't do anything, but it's warm. Possession, all crystals inside the crystal mines are red. Okay, we haven't got to this. So if we look at global achievements, okay, 58% of people finish the fire area, placing the fire talisman on its pedestal. So there's a decent drop off there, and then it goes down to 37% for subsequent ones. And if this is the last one, reach the secret ending. Okay, we don't need that. Reach the ending. So 30% of people still get through to the end, though. So there must be something that's pulling through players that get past the first area. There's something going on here. I want to check it out a little bit more. All right, that does bring us to the end of today's stream, though. So we got 2 things in the tip jar. I'll note that down for next time, because, yeah, they'll probably get erased in between streams, but we'll find out. But otherwise, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who tuned in for today. I hope you have some fun. We got a few good bingos out of it, which is always a plus. We'll be back for some more streaming tomorrow with our continuation of Hollow Knight. For those that watched the latest Steam Secret video, you would know that we've got 2 new editors on board. Well, 1 new editor and 1 new thumbnail designer, 1 new graphic artist. Blank is already getting started on the next video, which will be for 1000x resist, or 1000 times resist. And Tinta, who was supporting Blank for the last video, is actually going to be starting to look into turning some of the live stream content into full-fledged videos for you all to enjoy. And they're starting off with some of the Hollow Knight content. So we'll see what we're able to pull out of that and see if we can create something interesting. But they'll be short, like little stream highlights around 20-ish minutes in length, if it goes according to plan. We'll see what happens. So hopefully I'll see some of you for tomorrow's Hollow Knight stream. We'll see if we can get a little bit further into that game. If not, I will see you again next week when we pick up with some more Wheel of Misfortune. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here. If I don't see you again, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. And until then, take care.